Howdy, howdy. All right. Happy 4th, everybody. How's everybody doing today? A little light right now, so we'll give it a little time for people to scooty on in. It's March 4th. It is March 4th. Looks like a birthday cake. Is it somebody's birthday? Apparently, Grant's Flash is in the Flash movie. Only according to rumor. Only according to rumor. I saw this like while I was waiting, getting everything prepared, and I've seen nothing except speculation from unrequited sources. So I would love for him to be in there. At least, you know, as they're going through the multiverse, just have like some kind of, maybe even just reference to Crisis on Infinite Earths or something. But I don't know. Nothing has been hard confirmed, but one can hope. What's up, Sean? It's March 4th. Happy birthday, Sean. Hope it's a good day. What's up, Stixie? How you doing? What are you hoping for in the final episode of The Flash? I don't really know, like, as far as, like, specifics. I don't know, man. I just want a solid little, like, the world goes on, everything's fine and dandy, I want a happy ending, and I want to know that the Flash and the Arrowverse will continue on, even if we're not there to witness it. Which is kind of what Eric Wallace has kind of alluded to, what we're kind of going to get in the end. Aside from that, I don't really have a whole lot of asks as far as that goes. I just want a good send-off. That's all I want. And from the leaked stuff that I've seen, which we won't go into or talk about, the last couple of episodes, or at least the last graphic novel, is going to be insane. Or it better be. I mean, from what we've seen, or what is out there, I feel like we got some crazy stuff ahead of us. But yeah, I'm excited. And why is this not updating? I still haven't got any of the new chats in StreamYard yet for me to put up on the. There they are. They just all popped up here. It's always so delayed. Let's see. Scream 6 is getting very positive reviews. I haven't actually read any of the reviews. I've been staying away from it. I'm glad. I don't remember how the reception was for 5, but I know I was kind of like meh on 5. So I don't remember what the general consensus was for 5 though. But I'm really looking forward to 6. I think the trailers have looked really good. Hey, Busy, what's up, man? Happy Saturday. Hope you're having a good little weekend so far. Want another solid reaction channel? You're not subscribed to Busy Braun. You're missing out. Love that kid. Let's see. Just saw Creed 3. It was pretty good. I'm holding off. I'm holding off so that I can react to it, so. No Creed talk. No Creed 3 talk. Let's see, what's up? Not too much. Woke up. Today's been pretty okay. I slept. I went to bed at like 4:30 a.m. because I was working on that Attack on Titan reaction all night. Finally got it up, went to bed, and then yeah, I don't think I got out of bed until like 1. Then we went and got some dinner, Got some bacon cheese fries and a steak, and I'm feeling pretty okay. I actually have wine this time, so the name is not a lie. But yeah, I'm doing pretty good. How about you, man? What's up, Mitch? Hello, good sir. Love your stuff. Thank you. I really do appreciate that, man. And welcome. How you doing? How's your weekend? Who was more of a threat in your opinion, Reverse Flash or Zoom? That's a tough one. I think in the grand scheme of things, I think Reverse Flash will always go further than Zoom. Actually, I don't know if that's wholly true. Reverse Flash likes to do the villain thing and revel in his victories a lot of times, as fucked up as they are, because he loves to see how it affects Flash. Zoom is a lot more, I don't know, he's a lot more, let's ruin your day and get it done. Like, he doesn't really like to linger around and gloat all that much, so I don't know. They're both formidable, especially for the Flash. I think Reverse Flash is way more unhinged, but I don't know, man. I want to lean towards Reverse Flash, though. And I'm going to put up a little banner for that, because I don't want anybody to spoil anything. Let's see. What if Charlie Day was Eddie Brock? I think that would be terrible. Unless he pulled off a stellar dramatic performance, which I don't know. I've never seen him do. Not that saying that he couldn't, but I haven't seen that from him. Rocky's absence didn't really bother me. It kind of made it better than Creed 2. It's kind of like Rocky's out anyway. That's how I feel like. I didn't expect to see Rocky at all after 2. 2, they very much, like the ending of 2, and I said this in my reaction, it felt like a sunset of Rocky. I know Stallone wants to tell more Rocky stories, but I find it odd, and I get why he's doing it, because it's a legacy thing for him, but he wrote Creed 2. He got a writing credit for Creed 2, and it sent that character off. You know, he said, "It's yours now, kid," or whatever he said, and then he sat down, took off his hat, and the lights dimmed on him. Like, that was like the most visual way that you could ever say, like, this character's done. So I never even expected to see him in Creed 3. So I mean, I don't have that expectation. But then again, I'm very mixed on that, because there is all this behind the scenes drama that's going on between Sly and the producers of the films and stuff, because he bowed out. He left Creed 3 because he was supposed to be in it, but he didn't like what they were doing, and yeah, there's been a very public battle between him and the producer of these films now. Is Twitter private messages the best way to contact you? I mean, I'm pretty active in the Discord. I mean, I don't like talk all the time or chime into every conversation, but you could always, I mean, you can try to shoot me a message on Twitter or Instagram or whatever, but the Discord forums are probably your best way if you got any questions. Shake off the haters, man. You're my hero. I appreciate that, man. It's just hard. And I know it's just like, it's not the majority of comments and stuff, but like, it's, when I see them, I can't get them out of my head, and they just kind of sit there, and I have to wait for it to exercise from my brain, man. But I'm feeling a lot better today. I've cleared up a lot of stuff about that, so I think we'll be fine moving forward, or at least hopefully. Appreciate the concern, though. Do you think Mando will lead Bo-Katan's people? Oh yeah, for sure. because it's going to be Mando's people. It's not really hers anymore. I definitely think that's the direction that we're going to be leading into. Do you think the Legends or Sarah Lance will be in The Flash Season 9? Maybe Sarah, but I don't expect to see any more of the Legends than that, personally, if we get any at all. Wonder Woman, Stargirl, and Supergirl versus Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, and Monica Rambeau, and Scarlet Witch. He really backloaded that other team. I mean, you put Scarlet Witch on there, so that's already a pretty tough fight. I don't know, it's a tough one. I think if you took Scarlet Witch out of this, like it's an easy Wonder Woman and Supergirl fight. They would win that. I would give that all to Wonder Woman and Supergirl. Stargirl is really a handicap more than anything in this lineup, but she would be a good parallel for Miss Marvel though. But the Scarlet Witch thing is a little bit of the added weight, I think, on there. I would probably give it to the Marvels in the long run, because the Scarlet Witch's magic would very much so take Supergirl out of the question. I miss Echo. I figured he would join Rex eventually. Yeah, I do. I agree with you. I do miss Echo, but like his story, his journey, like definitely was going to be leading him there. You know how I knew not to trust Rotten Tomatoes? When they gave Cuties a 90-something, and Ant-Man and Eternals somewhere in the 50s. You gotta remember though, Rotten Tomatoes doesn't give anybody anything. It's critics. The scores on Rotten Tomatoes is just how many. It's not even a score. You guys realize this, right? The Rotten Tomatoes number is not a score. That is how many critics have seen the movie and did they like it. So if something has a 90, that means 90% of X critics. So if you had 10 critics, 9 of them maybe didn't even give it like stellar, sparkling reviews, but still gave them a positive review. And yeah, that is still weird, but it just depends on who that is, because you got to look at how many reviewers actually reviewed the thing, how many people actually watched it. For series like that, it's usually not even critics. The scores for shows are a lot more weird than for like films and stuff like this. But yeah. But Ant-Man and the Eternals, I mean, that is representative of the masses. People are divided on Ant-Man. People are extremely divided on Eternals. That is a fair representation of the reception. So you have to know what you're looking at when you're looking at Rotten Tomatoes. All that can tell you most of the time is how it's a good gauge on how likely you might be to like something. John Campea did a great little video breaking down the misconceptions of Rotten Tomatoes, and I definitely recommend checking that out. It was like top 5 Rotten Tomatoes misconceptions. But yeah. If Evan Peters Quicksilver appears in Avengers Secret Wars, I hope we get a X-Men Apocalypse X-Mansion scene. I mean, if Evan Peters Quicksilver shows up, they got to do something to really pop him off, man, because his scenes are the best things in most Marvel movies, I would say. Like, hell yes. I'm right there with you on that one. This is my favorite DC character of all time, Batman. Bruce Wayne. Batman. That's easy. It's a basic answer, but it's an easy one for me. It's confirmed Flash Season 9 is finished filming. Superman and Lois Season 3 is finished filming its final episode. It still hurts, man. It still hurts. I know, man. I saw that yesterday, and I was like, it's actually done, and we're seeing some of the actors like do their final good, like their we've wrapped tweets and stuff like that. I'm just like, oh God, no. What's up, good vibes? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing a lot better today. I am. The show Dark has been pretty cool. I'm really liking it. I just wish some people were understanding and put their I've seen this show 1,000 times and I know every nook and cranny of this would get off their high horse and stop being little bitches. The name is not a lie anymore. Do I prefer DC or Marvel? I heavily prefer DC. over Marvel. This isn't like a movie versus movie thing, because clearly Marvel is much more consistent and has an actual thriving ecosystem. But like the world and the characters of DC, I very much prefer over what did I just say? The world and the characters of DC I prefer greatly over Marvel. Do you think we are getting a Mandalorian season 4? Yes. I mean, they've already talked about how they've already started writing it. They don't actually. Jon Favreau and this has gotten a little bit of a mixed reception when this was talked about. But Jon Favreau had said they don't have an endpoint in mind. This is an ever-evolving story, so it can go on as long as it needs to go. Like they don't really have an end game in mind with it, which is mildly concerning, but it's fine as long as they keep it going. Jonathan Majors has delivered a knockout to another Majors movie. Man, Creed 3 is pretty good. I can't wait to see it because I really want to see all the anime influences. Because even through all of the Rocky franchise itself, I was like, this movie is an anime. Like, this franchise is a live-action anime. And a lot of stuff that Rocky innovated did inspire a lot of modern anime that would follow. Like, there was a lot of things that, I don't know, it's kind of like it's coming back full circle in a way. While watching the latest Flash episode, I figured Stephen Amell is going to play the Green Arrow of Red Death's world, but we'll see. Oh, you know, I didn't even consider that as the possibility, but that would be interesting. The only thing that hangs me up on that is that it's been confirmed what episode he will appear in. If they said, if you don't know, I won't say which episode, but it's outside of this graphic novel. So that's the only thing that hangs me up on it, is that it's involved. He shows up and he's involved with a different graphic novel, by my understanding, tied to another villain that will be coming back into play that we haven't seen in a hot minute. Happy Saturday to you, Big D. Welcome, welcome. Most anticipated movie of 2023 is Super Mario. Really? I'm looking forward to it. Like, I'm pretty hyped up and excited to actually see it. Despite like anything I've ever said about like Chris Pratt and whatever, the movie itself looks delightful as hell. My most anticipated movie is the Dungeons and Dragons movie that comes out at the end of this month. Bonjour from Louisiana. I love that. We got the fleur-de-lis, we got the crocodile or alligator, whichever. And we got some crawfish, crawdads, lobster, all of the above, and a levy. I would love to go one of these days. I really want to go down for like some real authentic like Cajun cuisine and just the culture of it all. I've never been that far south. Have I seen Smallville? If I have, do I like it? I've seen most of I've seen all of season 1. I've seen most of season 2. I've seen some stuff in the middle sprinkled out, and I've seen like the full last 2 seasons. I think. My buddy is like huge into Smallville, man, and like anytime we were hanging out, it was on, I would definitely watch it. Anytime I caught it off during the day or week, it was hard to catch it when I was in school. Whenever it would come on, it was hard to stay consistent. But I've seen a lot of Smallville. Michael Rosenbaum is my favorite live-action Lex Luthor, and the show is great. It's iconic. We wouldn't have the Arrowverse without Smallville. We also wouldn't have Smallville without X-Files, but that's a whole other story. But yeah, I do like it. I need to finish. I need to watch all of it, which I have not done. Zoom is more straight to the point than Reverse Flash. That is the short and sweet of what I was trying to say. Thank you, Sean. Who played the best Human Torch, Michael B. Jordan or Chris Evans? I've not seen Fan 4 Stick, so I can't speak for Michael B. Jordan's portrayal of the character. I've got no interest in watching that movie. But I think Chris Evans did a great, authentic comic book Johnny Storm. every time I say that in my head, I'm like, wait, is that Ghost Rider? Why is there a Johnny Storm and a Johnny Blaze? That's so annoying. I always have to second guess myself sometimes. How would I rank the Arrowverse crossovers? Dude, I don't remember all of them, but my favorite is still Crisis on Earth X. From there, I would go Elseworlds. And then Crisis. And I think I can't remember what it was called, but the one with the Dominators was a pretty good one as well. But Crisis on Earth X is it's just too good, man. It's just too good. I know there's more than that, but I just don't remember them all off the top of my head. Tom Cavanaugh is great as Reverse Flash, but Matt shouldn't get disrespected with the whole face ripping scene. I mean, Matt is the OG face, and that resurrection scene is supposed to be a possession. That's true. And I'm right there with you. Because he's the OG face, like he's the real Thawne, again, I've talked about this many, many times. I understand the appeal of keeping Tom Cavanaugh around while he was a series regular, because you're already paying him. You don't have to pay another actor. You already have him. You don't have to worry about scheduling. He's there. You got him. But after he left and stopped being a season regular, I was like, why are we still doing this? I mean, it could have still been scheduling, but then they brought Matt Lester back, and then they still threw that away. But don't worry. We might not be done with good old Matty Boy. Am I going to watch the movie 65? I don't know. I'm a little on the fence about this movie. The idea is intriguing, but we'll see. I might check it out if I got the time and the motivation. Do I plan on watching RRR? Yes, I do. I do definitely. I 1000% plan on watching that movie because I saw a clip, and I tweeted about this a few weeks ago. I saw a clip from, I guess, one of the musical numbers in it, and I was like, holy fuck, this choreography is so damn good, and this song is so damn good. And I've heard crazy, amazing things about it. It's just, I wanted to try to see if I could watch it in theaters. And I heard that a re-release was coming, but I wasn't seeing anything local about whether or not it was going to come here. So I was going to wait and see if it did release here. Because if I could see something like that in the theater, I would much rather see something like that in the theater. However, that timeline has passed, because if it was going to come out, it was supposed to come out this weekend, and none of our theaters are playing it, sadly. So I will probably have to, I don't know when I will, because I do want to, and I think honestly, realistically, it would be better for the channel for me to do it as a reaction anyway than just a straightforward review. But again, like I've said to you guys many times, a lot of the times I will try to get the theatrical experience if I can, because I definitely greatly much more enjoy that. And the only reason I made the exception for Creed is because I've already done the entire franchise. I would feel so weird to have reactions to the entire franchise except for one entry. It's just weird to me. So that's the only reason I made that exception. But yeah, I definitely do want to watch it. I don't know what the best way to do that is, because it's a really long one. So I don't know if I should do like 2 parts, release it as 2 videos, or just kind of do one really big video. I'd love to know your all's thoughts on that. But also, I would love the actual like dubbing, but you can't find that here. So like it's in what like the Tangelo, but it's in Hindi here, I think, on so either way there's going to be like some lip syncing issues that I'll have to go around, I think, right? That's one thing that held me off on it too. I was like, what version should I watch? Because there's like a bunch of different ones, but apparently only in the US we only have the Hindi one. So it is what it is, man. I don't know. We'll see. Who would win in a fight between Batman and Spider-Man? I think the first fight would definitely be Spider-Man. The second fight would probably be Batman. What Funko Pops are you most proud of in your collection? Which one is your favorite over the others? Dude, I think my favorite one, the one I'm the most proud of at this point, is my Vaxildan one from Critical Role, because it is, 1, not an easy one to get, and 2, It was really expensive to get. It is by far the most expensive pop I have in my collection. The second most expensive one was the Eddie Munson from Stranger Things Season 4, which I also have, but Baxeldan, like, it was much more than that. But I've got the full Critical Role set now, so I'm pretty safe and content. Though now I've got the weird itch that I want to try to find another set so that I can open one. Because I've been like really wanting to like open some of them, but I can't. I can't do that unless I've got a backup for these because they're just so hard to get. Thank you for the super chat, Ragu. Thank you so much. My favorite spaghetti sauce from Ireland. Little tip to say we appreciate your hard work. Why did I say that? Hard work. Hard work. Don't let those dark thoughts in. I like that pun. I like that. I like that a lot. Oh, I had to look over here because I was like, what are those? What's that emoji supposed to be? It's 2 thumbs up. Literally on the StreamYard thing, you guys can probably see it. It just looked like some little like combs because it's the clenched fist. I had no idea what that was supposed to be until I looked at the actual real chat. Thank you, man. I really do appreciate that. Like, you know, like someone said, it's like the most negative thoughts are always, and comments are always the ones that speak the loudest, but it doesn't make them any more true. Because like I said, the vast majority, the overwhelming majority has been positive and understanding. It's just, I'm a sensitive little boy sometimes. And I let those thoughts kind of creep in real hard yesterday. Real hard. Now I just gotta find my spot. Where was I? Here we are. I bet $100 that after Superman and Lois finishes airing about 7 episodes, the news it's canceled will be announced. Or at the very least, that its hypothetical 4th season will be its final season. I think you're 100% right. I'm right there with you. I think one of those two is going to happen. I think we'll either get like some kind of announcement some way through the season that season 3 is the end, or season 4 will be the final season. What's up, Omni? I love you, Omni. Hope you're doing okay. Thank you, man. I am doing much better today. I appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. Spider-Man would win the first fight, then Batman would study him and kill him. He wouldn't kill him. Batman, at least my Batman doesn't kill people. But he would whoop his ass the second time. What's up, Caters? Happy weekend, thank you. Just hope just good vibes for you today. Thank you. And maybe a glass of wine or a can of Dr. Pepper. Well, I've had one of each of those today. But thank you for that so much. I hope you're having a good weekend too. And thank you for stopping in. Who's my favorite villain in Arrow? I think I've always gonna have a sweet spot for Merlin, for Malcolm. But I think my favorite Arrow villain's Prometheus. Josh Segarra just left an imprint on that whole thing, man. I'm probably gonna go with him. Would you watch a Batman show on the CW in the style Superman and Lois? Arrowverse separation drama aside, I know we've got a ton of Batman on screen right now, but part of me wants it. Oh yeah, if we could get something in the vein of Superman and Lois, I would definitely watch it. Like with that level of quality, sure, for sure. What's up, Helga? How goes? It goes well. It goes much better today. Pretty good today. I hope you're having a good Saturday. Welcome, and thank you for the positive energy. Thank everybody for the positive energy. And guys, please leave a like on this video. There's always like 1 or 2 people that is out there that like literally, I don't even know if they're ever in the live stream, but they always just dislike it almost immediately. Always have like a 90-95% on my live streams for some reason. I don't know. There's somebody in there who's trying to get in and they're just being a little dickhead. But yeah, if you're here, if you're having fun, leave a like. Do you think Bad Batch will stop doing side missions for Sid now and join Echo and Rex? Not yet, but I think we're going that direction. Also, do you think space whales in Mando Season 3 are a tease to Ezra? I don't know that they're specifically a tease to Ezra. I mean, they're a fairly commonplace in the hyperspace lanes. They've come up a lot in other Star Wars media as of late, but it very well could be. But I think it's more a lot in line with like the connection to Grogu and the Force is what I was kind of thinking of, or I don't know. Like obviously the initial connection to be made is it makes you think of Ezra, but I don't know. I don't think that it's a direct like, oh God, Ezra's somewhere. I don't think he's still hanging on to that whale, but you never know. But I do think that the Bad Batch are eventually going to leave Sid's employ. I think that's the direction that we're heading, and they'll probably end up joining the fight. It's my favorite genre of music. I probably have to go with alternative rock, because Linkin Park is still one of my all-time favorite bands, along with Skillet, which is more Christian rock, but they are a banger, man. I love Skillet. Korn was also an old-time huge favorite of mine, but that's more going into nu metal to kind of heavy metal kind of scene. I've been in a little bit of a Slipknot itch lately, but yeah, no. I would say alternative rock, like the early 2000s kind of stuff is one of my favorite eras, man. But Linkin Park, dude. That new single that they came out that was unreleased from Meteora that came out, it's such a beautiful and heartbreaking song, and it just makes me so sad. But yeah, I love them. That's probably my favorite. I love all kinds of stuff, man. I would say the only genres I don't like dive too deeply into is like I'm not a huge rap guy. I do like a lot of rap, but I wouldn't ever say like I'm like a huge into that. But like country is where I don't draw the line, but there is very few country songs I can tolerate, and maybe that's because I grew up where I grew up, and it just I've heard so many of these songs so much, and it just all sounds the same, and it just all reminds me of these trashy bars all around here, man. Anyway, but there are some country songs that I do like, but I think if I had to say least favorite genre, it is 1000% country. Gonna be absolutely honest, Flash season 9 has not grabbed me thus far. This entire Red Death, both the character and the story, I just don't care about it at all. Let me find your other stuff. Also, for the press junket Wallace is doing, about how he has to condense 2 seasons into half a season. This storyline is just slow, boring at the same time, and his ideas are just getting more and more stupid. I get Wallace's intention, but I absolutely do. But he always falls flat on the execution. I'm right there with you. I mean, I've said this, and I've seen this sentiment echoed. It doesn't really feel like a final season. It feels just like another season. And there's been a lot of things that I've liked, but they've just been on par with some of the other stuff that we've seen. Nothing's really blown me away. Nothing really feels like any of the gravity or the stakes or the send-off is there. And there's still a lot of padding that just really drags a lot of the episodes to a screaming halt at times, which is when you finally saw me in this last episode really coming down hard on the Joe and Cecile plot, and coming down hard on the Chester and Allegra bullshit. Like, it's stupid and we don't need it. Honestly, we need a Plo Koon show. Maybe a prequel to Clone Wars or a flashback to Plo Koon finding Ahsoka in the Ahsoka show. Oh, that would be cool. I would totally be okay with that. Negative comments are like tar. They cover someone with this sticky sensation that is uncomfortable and difficult to get rid of. I really like that description, man. I really like that. That's a good descriptor there. And you only need just a little bit of it to really kind of throw you off too. Excited for Superman and Lois. I don't know the dude who's from The Walking Dead who's playing Lex in season 3, so I'm excited to see what he brings to the table. Oh, he's great. He was great as Abraham, but that in The Walking Dead, those characters are 1000% different, and I've never really seen him in anything other than The Walking Dead, so I don't know. I'm right there with you. I don't really know what to expect, but I'm excited to see. I'm always excited to see a new take on an old character. So like, I'm more than open to see what he brings to the table with Lex. Oliver and Felicity or Barry and Iris? Barry and Iris. That took me way too long to answer, I would say, because the only reason I hesitated is because it felt like the Arrow writers knew a little bit more of how to keep Felicity involved in some kind of a natural way, while the Flash writers have always struggled to give Iris a substantial spot within the show that makes sense. As a couple, though, Barry and Iris win hands down. But that's when I think we're doing a lot of the work in our heads that the writers aren't doing on the table. But this season, they've been doing Iris so much better, thankfully. What's up, Sketch? Welcome, welcome. Yesterday, I saw the super movie, Glass. I wish I got an Unbreakable 2 before Glass. I've still never seen Glass. I've seen Unbreakable. It's my favorite M. Night Shyamalan movie, but I have not seen... I watched Split, but I've not seen Glass yet. But I've heard most people are pretty... what was I doing? Pretty underwhelmed with Glass, or disappointed, rather, is what I've seen a lot of the sentiment surrounding it, though. Rewatched Scream 3 recently, and I know Roman was not a great Ghostface overall, but in costume, I love him. Dude was brawling, and he was throwing hands, had more actual fights than any other Ghostface, and I liked it. I like him a lot in concept. My only hang-up with Roman as a Ghostface is, and it's not really the character's fault, it's the movie. The movie is edited in a way to make it feel like every other Scream movie. There are some things that Roman does in that movie as Ghostface he feasibly cannot do. So the movie is structured like there are two Ghostfaces, as there usually always is too. This is the one time there was one Ghostface, but he was doing the work of two. There were some things that he had done. He would be like somewhere else, and then just magically he's somewhere else. Like he had a fucking teleporter. That's the only way that it works. It makes sense. There's a lot of the way he gets around and a lot of the set pieces that he dives in and out of. Like the only way you could explain it is if there were two, but then you're revealed there isn't. Unless there's a secret one which gets retconned in later, which they've obviously not done up to this point. Like, that's the only thing that hangs me up about Roman. Aside from that, it's just the weird tone and the way the characters were written a little inconsistently this time around. But I do really like 3. I especially like it as far as a story for Sid. It's a great Sid story, even if she is very minimally in it. Let's see. Do you think Batman could kill Scarlet Witch and Shang-Chi with 9 hours of prep time? You put some weird people together, because, like, Scarlet Witch and Shang-Chi are on 2 completely separate levels of power. I mean, maybe. Maybe? I don't know. What are your thoughts on the Star Wars sequels? Disappointing. Great ideas, terrible executions. With Force Awakens being the most safe but put together of them all. From there, it just became a mess. Like, you can say what you will about The Last Jedi, whether you love it or you hate it. The trilogy as a whole is just rife with inconsistencies and just missed opportunities. I think, I saw KG also say something very similar. Like, I think that's the best way to put it. Like, it's just, there was a lot of potential, and I feel like none of it got explored. And again, I still loathe what they did with Luke. The curmudgeon-y hermit thing, I easily could get over if he didn't die in the end. But Jesus. I'm right there with Mark Hamill, and even if he, because of an NDA, can't talk crap about what they did with his character anymore, I agree with everything he said when he could. Did Spidey quit when people chose Mysterio and started to hate him? There are still supporters, man. I'm yours. Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. That's a good little draw. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Do you think the Marvels will be good? I hope so. I thought Captain Marvel was okay. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it, but I definitely wasn't one of those people that was just like really on the hate train for it. I thought it was a pretty okay Marvel movie. And I'm really looking forward to it because I do like Brie Larson. I think she's a great actress, and I can't wait to see this team up with Kamala, with Carol and Monica and all that, and see what they get into. I'm here for it. I just hope it's good. It's been very hit or miss with Marvel here lately, so you never know. They're doing reshoots and it's been delayed, so we'll see. Would I be interested in watching All Quiet on the Western Front? I've heard good things about that. Didn't that win Best Picture or something like that? I would definitely love to. I don't remember it playing here, so I never got around to seeing it. A lot of the movies that you see pop up in the circles for like awards and stuff don't play here. It sucks. It's one of the many things I don't like about living where I live. But I would like to see it. I don't know if it's on streaming anywhere, but I know The Whale just came out. I saw Greg reacted to it, and I really want to check that one out because that's one I really wanted to see too, and it didn't play here. So we'll see. Creed 3 spoiler: Kang and Killmonger have a picnic in a beautiful meadow. Hey, when I saw that initially, I was about to just delete that when I saw it all out the corner of my eye until I saw that the spoiler was a joke. Scared me, man. Ratings aren't even a gauge of quality, just on how people relate to a thing. Sometimes they correlate, but not necessarily. Exactly. That's why I think Rotten Tomatoes sometimes, depending, if you know how to look at the numbers and you know what you like and maybe you know like kind of how most people react to things, it might tell you and give you a good idea how you might enjoy a movie. If you don't feel like, if you're kind of on a fence about it, if you think maybe there's a stronger chance I might watch this movie, you could go use that as a gauge. But it's not like they're giving it like 10 out of 10s, 9 out of 10s. It's not like a review score. And that's the thing that gets kind of lost in the weeds a lot of the time. And hell, like I give some stuff like a 9 out of 10 that some people on here that watch the channel thinks is like fucking 3 or a 4. Or the reverse. You know, there's things I've seen people love that I'm like, I fucking hated this. So like, even like using me as a gauge, like it just is so subjective. I can just tell you how I felt. If you know we kind of have similar tastes, you can run and gauge that as like, maybe you might feel the same way, but I always encourage somebody to go out and form their own opinion. And that's really all you can really do at the end of the day. Reviews are really just a guide. And that's really just it. They're not like this official stamp on anything. Because there's movies that get reviewed poorly, but are just like, in hindsight, are just like iconic pillars of film history today. Like, you know, it's just whatever, man. It is what it is, but it's hard to get into and talk about that. It's just because art in general is. Final stream before Scream 6. Is it really that close? You're right, it is next week, isn't it? Fuck. Any final death predictions? No. I mean, I think Gale's gonna die. I do think Gale will die. But outside of that, I just hope, I don't know. I don't want Kirby to die. I don't want either of the Meekses to die. I don't know, man. But that's like half the cast. Some people have to die. Unless they're people we're introduced to in this. So we'll have to wait and see. But I don't know outside of that. What's up, Ginger Geek? How's it going? It's going pretty well today. Thank you. You don't think the Mandalorian endgame is leading to Thrawn? It's not the endgame. I mean, they said Mando has no endgame. They did say, however, the shows are going to cross over, and I do think that is going to involve Thrawn. But that doesn't mean that that's endgame for the shows. The shows will continue, but that's just going to be a thing they do, and then they move on, if anything. So yeah, I do not think Thrawn is going to be the Mando's endgame, for in the grand scheme of things. But I mean, you never know. You never know. Always wondered this lately. Do you James Gunn's new DC will be good? Do you think it will be just like the comics? Do you think people will even want it to be like the comics? I mean, I can't tell you if it will or not. I think on James's track record, I think he's always knocked it out of the park with his films. At least given at worst, it's just been okay. It's been fun. Like Guardians 2, while I did enjoy it, I didn't enjoy it as much as the first one. But it's still, I would say, all of his films I would score them a 6 or higher. 7 or higher, I dare say, of everything that I've seen of his. But he's not writing all of these. He's not directing all of these. So who knows? I do think he knows the comic world well enough. Does he know the fan base well enough? Don't know. But I think he knows the comics themselves to do some interesting stuff. Does that mean it'll all hit or land? I can't say. We don't have enough to go off of just yet. But we'll see. All we can say right now is we'll see. And do people want it to be like the comics? I would like it to be like the comics, but like general populace, you never know. What's up, Mark? How are you doing? I'm doing well. Not up to much, just here talking with you guys right now. Marvel wins movies, DC wins shows, DC comics, and DC characters, but Spider-Man is my favorite superhero. Spider-Man is my second favorite superhero. But I'm kind of right there with you on that. DC also animation. They win animation, easy. How powerful is Red Death? I haven't seen The Flash in a while. Well, this iteration is very underwhelming so far. I mean, Javicia is doing a great job. But if we're talking like Red Death from the comics, Red Death in the comics is kind of crazy scary. Because Red Death in the comics is Bruce Wayne from the Dark Multiverse, who stole the Flash's powers. But yeah, I don't know. The show is just, it's a little underwhelming. I'm going to be honest. The Allegra and Chester stuff is so annoying that I really feel sad anytime it comes on. Yeah. And we've resolved this. They talked about this. They became a thing. And now they're acting like we didn't. I'm so confused why we're doing this right now. Or even why the characters are feeling the way they're feeling. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. Like, it's just padding and it kills me every time it comes up. But yes, I do agree with you in this as well. I love Javicia Leslie playing Psycho. Me too. Like, it's a little goofy, it's a little corny, but my God, I love seeing her flip her shit. Like, that's one thing I will say. I do really like that. Talking about anime, I heard a rumor that Jackie Chan wants to make a live-action Dragon Ball movie with the creator of Dragon Ball. Not sure if it's true. That would be interesting. That's an interesting combination. Especially if Akira Toriyama was involved. I don't know how that would go, but Jackie Chan would never really painted me as such. But I would totally be interested in seeing that. I'll tell you one thing. I don't think Zack Snyder should direct like a live-action Dragon Ball movie, but he should definitely be in charge of the cinematography behind it. Because, like, Man of Steel is the best live-action Dragon Ball Z movie we've ever got. I said that when the movie came out, and I still believe that now. But the way things have been getting, like, I definitely think we can definitely get to a place where it could look okay. But let's start off simple. Let's do a Dragon Ball movie where it's a lot more grounded. In my perfect world, Scream would end at 7. Bring Sid back and have her face off against Stu who is revealed in this one or survives in the next. Kill him for real. And Sid, happy with fam. And then 7-7, good franchise. I wouldn't be opposed to that. I wouldn't be opposed to that at all. And I just realized I'm like over 30 minutes behind on the chat. God damn, man. D&D movie is what I'm here for. Me too. Who's animated in the new Garfield movie next year? It looks like DreamWorks, but also like Illumination. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know what studio's behind it. Seen Cassie Lang says she wants to help the locals of the QR against Kang. Does it take you back to Aunt May or morale to help people? I definitely would. Without you saying that, I definitely would not have drawn that connection. So I would say no, it doesn't, but I can see the trajectory for you with it being pointed out. But I never, like, thinking back on that, was like, man, Cassie Lang's acting like Aunt May to me. Never got that vibe. Never once crossed my mind when I was watching the movie. Let's see, we got another super chat. Thank you, Scott. Will Ahsoka and Luke be in Mando season 3? Ahsoka, I highly doubt. I highly doubt Ahsoka will pop up in this season of Mando. Luke, maybe, but I also doubt it. I think we're very much more focused on the Mandalorians this time around, but I'm going to say a big old probably not, but I won't be disappointed if they do. Let's see, where are we at? Gotta find my place again. God damn, man, I am so far behind. Here we are, found it. I just got back from Ant-Man. It was pretty good. I love the 2 after credit scene. Now I'm excited for Kang's Dynasty. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm subbed to Michael Rosenbaum's YouTube channel. I am too, and I highly recommend it to anybody who's interested in, like, interviews, podcasts, mental health. It's great. His podcast, Inside of You, his YouTube channel, Inside of You, with Michael Rosenbaum. It's a great listen. I definitely recommend it. I hope to see you come over. I might cook a gumbo for you. I've never had gumbo, so I would definitely be intrigued in checking it out, give it a go. I watched an X-Files episode that had Ryan Reynolds in it. Yeah, little baby Ryan Reynolds was in an episode with, why am I forgetting her name right now? The original Lori from that 70s show was also in that episode. Skizigeny. I never know if I'm pronouncing that episode right. I could see it in my head, but I can never remember I don't even know how it's actually pronounced. But it's Syzygy. Syzygy. Anyway, yeah, that's a really wild episode of X-Files too, by the way. Yeah, which season was that again? I think that was season 3 or 4. Yeah, season 3, episode 13. I didn't even put 2 and 2 together that was episode 13, so that kind of really goes into line with the theme of that episode. But that's a wild episode, yeah, man. Dude, I have a thread on my Twitter that is pinned. That is it's my favorite guest stars of the X-Files, and there's a lot of people that you probably wouldn't realize were ever in there long before they ever became famous. Yeah, little young doughy Ryan Reynolds. Red Death has referenced every Batman apart from Bale and Batfleck so far. That is true. Hey, we still got more episodes to come, so you never know. You know who Stephen Ogg is? He's got a crazy good and scary energy in his performances. I wish he'd play a horror villain like that from The Shining. Can't remember his name. Jack Torrance? Stephen Ogg. Sounds familiar. Oh, okay. I could go with that. I could see him. Yeah, I recognize him. I not only have a superhero fatigue, but also burnout. I still love a lot of the shows and movies, but I will absolutely be raising your fist if the movie puts more money in mid-budget movies for interesting films. I'm not feeling fatigue. I just feel like they're getting lazier. Do you prefer Mia Queen or Nora West Allen? I prefer Nora as a character than Mia. Let's see. The one with the Dominators is the Invasion crossover. Exactly. Thank you. I remember every crossover, so I'll rank them. What do you think of the what do you think of how the Flash is going to end? I really don't know. I really don't have any ideas, because they said it's going to be a happy ending. It's going to be whatever, the world will go on kind of thing. But in my head, I always had him becoming the lightning bolt and then becoming the lightning bolt that struck him, creating a closed loop. But I don't think they're going to do that. Favorite JL character from the Justice League animated show? Well, Batman. Mine's Hawkgirl, Martian Manhunter. Easy, Batman. Batman's my favorite DC character. So if Batman's in it, Batman's my favorite character. My favorite film of all time is Ford vs. Ferrari. Love Christian Bale's role. Hope you see it one day. It's one that I can recommend. I really wanted to see it when it's in theaters, but I didn't get around to it. I'm usually not into that kind of movie, but something about the trailers really kind of got me hyped up into it. But I just never got around to seeing it. So one of these days. Hoping the Flash will end high as Arrow did, and hopefully it'll be good for the fans. That's all I'm hoping for, but right now, I'll be honest, it's definitely not anywhere close to reaching the quality of Arrow's final season right now. We'll have to wait and see. You know that 2005 movie titled about cavemen? No. How do you say that title to the ticket seller in theaters? I have no idea. I don't know what that is. I've actually not heard of that one. But that would be an awkward thing to ask for a ticket for. I don't have enough money to pay you on Patreon to watch Babylon 5, but I highly recommend you watch that show. It's absolutely amazing. Early 90s CGI aside. Yeah, I always forgive early 90s like special effects and stuff like that, man. I watch the X-Files, dude. And Doctor Who. They don't have the best effects, even still, but it's all about the emotion and the quality and the storytelling. I don't know a lot about Babylon 5, but it's one of those sci-fi names I've always heard. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's about. That one's about, but one day maybe. Saw Cocaine Bear last Sunday. I'll say it's okay. Pretty funny most of the time. I had an okay time. I dropped my hot dog again. Stop dropping your food, Stixie. Love you. Love you guys. Love you all, man. Thank you for that. All the positivity from you guys. It's really, it helps. It really does. Scratch that. I have no money to pay, but please, can you read to Babylon 5? Apologies if this answered before. You gonna do a new Rockstars for Mando season 3 Easter eggs? Shit, I completely even forgot about it. I mean, I don't know yet. If I have the time, I might go back and do it, but I'm not sure how I'm feeling at the moment. Star Wars, I'm always in this weird place because I feel like I catch most, if not all of them myself. And I did watch the episode, obviously, because I do have to watch it at least a minimum of 2 times when I'm editing it. I feel like I caught most of it. If I didn't bring it up, at least recognize a lot of stuff. But I don't know. We'll see. If anything, you might need the views. But we'll see. We'll see. I might do a double next week or later this week to catch up if I can. I have a Keyleth one. Oh my god. This is how far behind we are, man. Jesus. Hell yeah. speaking of those, I did order the Sideshow Vex and Vax statues. So I'm waiting on those. I could not justify the money to pre-order the Percy and the Keyleth one just yet. So I settled for just getting the twins for right now. Grog is out. I couldn't get the Grog. There's a waiting list for Grog now, but I'm going to try to slowly get all of those over time as they release. Because they showed off like a little presentation of all the different ones they have coming. Like the full set is coming, but they're not all out yet. Actually, no, I didn't see a Scanlan one. They didn't show off a Scanlan one. They better make a Scanlan one. I don't want to have an incomplete set. How powerful are the Wonder Twins? Not at all. One of my favorite shows is Outer Banks, and the new season just came out. Wondering if you'll ever check it out. A lot of people have asked about this show, and I mean, I never say never, but it's just not. It's definitely not in. I wouldn't say it's in the near future for me right now, with the way things are. But I definitely would be intrigued to check it out because I've heard nothing but great stuff about it, and a lot of people have said it'd be right up my alley. But right now, I wouldn't say anytime soon, but maybe one day. Maybe one day I can get around to it. What's up, Janice? What's up, Thace? I don't know how to say your name. Is that right? Thace? Rosa. What's up, Rosa? Doctor Strange 2. Sinister Strange experienced Christine's wedding 2. Him and Main Strange were 1. The Nexus point occurred after the wedding. Sinister Strange is what if he never met America? Is that accurate? Didn't really think about that. That's interesting. Those haters are going to mess with you. They can deal with us. So CW is killing all of its shows. Oh yeah, their new owners just want non-scripted television. So eventually you're going to see all of these shows gone. You know how Scarlet Witch could kill Superman? Catch him off guard. Do what she did to Black Bolt. Besides this spear, make him use his later's vision or make his teeth kryptonite. I'm not wrong. Favorite Rocky villain, storyline or theme wise? Drago. Ivan Drago. Easy. Because that carries on into the next generation as well. Yeah, I'm going to definitely Drago. And the ways to handle loss. Batfleck would kill Spidey. If he got the chance, yeah. Really loved yours and Real Rejects' reaction to Knock at the Cabin. Hoping for more reactions with you both. That's what, our third one now? Well, no, we did all of Tales of the Jedi. We did Coraline. And then, yeah, then we just did Knock at the Cabin. Definitely always looking forward to more, man. What's funny is I think we had originally talked about doing Freaky Friday, and then we realized that Knock at the Cabin was coming out soon, and we had actually recorded that like 2 weeks ago, but there was a lot of difficulties with getting the edit together, so it ended up kind of delayed, more delayed than we intended. But I think it was a good reaction at the end of the day. I thought it was a really good movie. It was a lot of fun. We love Omni. I'm glad you guys are at least here for me. At the end of the day, dude. You guys keep me going. Besides, Prometheus is the only villain that actually won. That is also true. You and the Rejects collabing was awesome. I learned about your channel through them. I'm glad. I'm glad we can get new eyes on the channel that way, man. Me and Greg, that whole dynamic was something that just kind of happened, and yeah, we text occasionally, talk about everything else. He gives advice and help on the channel every now and then obviously collabing with those guys is always fun. Him and John are just great. Great. Then you know, getting out there, me and Busy do all kinds of stuff every now and then with our little live chats. Matthew Haynes has been a little MIA, it seems like, for a hot minute. I hope he's okay. You'll see me over on Chainsaw and Andy's endless multiverse, talking about DC every now and then. You know, I've done a little, done a discussion with Akasan once upon a time. You know, we're touching bases, man. We're getting out there a little bit. We're getting out there. It's crazy, dude. And then me and Jay, I play Mario Party with him and his crew on his Twitch channel every so often. It's actually kind of turned into maybe like once a month. You might see me over there playing Mario Party and getting my ass kicked. But it's a lot of fun, man. I'm just glad we're kind of becoming less of an introverted reaction channel, if that makes any sense. I like the Iron Spider suit. Oh, people are shooting me. Let me put on my helmet. Oh yeah. I know you always say you're not trolling, but like I swear you have to be with some of your suggestions, man. Charlie Day as Daredevil? Come on. They should do a Batman series or something awesome to tell his story. Oh, for sure. For sure. I would love something like that, though. I'm excited, though. The announcement, though, for the Penguin. Clancy Brown being Maroni. Hell yeah, dude. Have I watched Breaking Bad, my second favorite show of all time? Wait, is that still accurate? I know I updated that list. I know it was. Hold on. I know it's on there. 3. Sorry, it was 3. It was 3. It was my third favorite show of all time. I watch Breaking Bad once a year. It's one of those shows I love rewatching. Whether it be reactions or I will just sit down and I will watch it once a year. X-Files, Friends, Breaking Bad, Avatar are usually the kind of shows that I cycle through at least once or twice each year. Or at least just have on in the background while I'm doing other stuff. I love Breaking Bad. I think if we're talking television, I think that is the closest a fictional tale has been to being like a 10 out of 10. I think the show's a masterpiece. I do. I think it is probably one of the best made television shows, I dare say, of all time. Like Vince Gilligan, also, here I go again, was a writer for the X-Files. That's where he got started writing. And where did he go from there? Onward. And how did he get Walter White to be played by Bryan Cranston? Because he worked with him on the X-Files and he recommended him based on his work on the episode that they wrote together. Or that he wrote, and then Bryan was a character in that episode. So Bryan Cranston is in a great episode of X-Files as well. Aaron Paul, also later episode of X-Files. I don't know if Vince wrote that episode, though. Dean Norris, also in an episode of X-Files. The list goes on and on. Oh my god, I'm a loser, man. I love Breaking Bad, though. But I will bring it all the way back to X-Files anytime I can. Mad Tomato. Why'd you have to... Thank you for the super sticker, dude. What are you doing? Why are you paying me? Dude, Mad Tomato, you want a Twitch channel to follow? Go hang out with this guy. You'll learn about all kinds of tomatoes you didn't even know existed. How are you doing, man? How are you doing? Was it you? I forget. Was it you or Gary that didn't have Fall Guys installed when we were playing? You better have it prepped this time if it was you. I couldn't remember who didn't get to play. I think it was you. But yeah, what's up, buddy? What's up, man? How are you doing? Yeah, met Mad Tomato through Jay over on his Twitch, man. Great group of people. Now I just gotta find my place again. And forgive me, Mad Tomato, I'm reading the chat. I'll try to keep up with you. That was you. Okay, yes. All right, I'm making sure I didn't remember that wrong. You were the Beast Tuesday. You wanted to win so bad. Yeah, it's just luck was not on my side, though I did make some very, very ruthless plays that in the end only left me to, like, what, wallowing in defeat in the end before we were taken out because you jinxed us and the server maintenance shut us down. That was a wild day, man. It was like, despite all the chaos, it was so much fun. Yeah, we definitely need to have that rematch. We need to, like, con Jay into an actual legitimate rematch. Shit. Now I gotta find my place. Where was I? Here we are. My bet is Ezra will show up in the show Ahsoka at some point. Oh yeah, 100%. Her show is about finding Ezra, so I would imagine that's what we'll be seeing, or at least that's the focus of it. If we don't find him in it, who knows? I think he'll at least be seen or teased in it. Love Skillet. Oh, I really want to see them in concert, man. I love their music so much. Ezra was rumored to be cast. That casting was never confirmed. Last time I checked, there was one that went around that there was like some leaks or something that confirmed or something, or tried to confirm it, but I don't think that was I think that was still a rumor. I still think that it could be true, but it's one of those things that's not hard to verify. So, like, that's why I still kind of keep it in rumor territory for me. But we don't know. We'll see. Which MCU location in the recent movies do you want to go to? 2017 to present. I wanted to go to either Contraxia or Wakanda. Maybe nowhere. Ooh. Damn, I don't know. Dude, I would love Cal to show up, Tomato. I really, really want Cameron Monaghan to play Cal in a live-action series before it's too late. But yeah, Cal Kestis, man. It might be because I love Cameron Monaghan, but he's already one of my favorite Star Wars characters, and I'm so excited to play Survivor. But sorry. Question. I don't know. I can't really think of where I would want to go that's not already a real world place. Maybe, well, it got blowed up. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a good question. I think now with Reformed to Nowhere, I would want to go to Nowhere. Like Nowhere from the holiday special. Let's go to that. I really would love an DC Elseworlds Renaissance on the CW. Arrowverse 2.0, if you will. Superman Lois, Justice U, make it an adaptation of Young Justice, a Batman Inc. show, etc. That could be cool, but definitely I would not get your hopes up that any of these shows that were previously announced that actually get picked up at this point. I think Superman and Lois will be the last DC show. Well, Superman and Lois and Gotham Knights will be the last DC shows CW gets. Excitement level for Scream 6. I would say I'm sitting at like a 7 or an 8 out of 10 on how excited I am for it. I'm most excited about the change of setting. Can't wait to see what they do with the different setting. Sucks there's no Sid or Dewey, but still really looking forward to it. At this point, I'm just glad Sid's not in it, just so they don't kill her off. I've said this before, like, every chance she comes back from here on is another chance some cocky writer is going to think that they can kill off the great Sid, and if they do, I will find them. He's not a Kanye guy. I don't think anybody should be a Kanye guy, to be fair. What I like about Mando is that whenever he gets a to-do list before he gets what he wants, he handles his to-do list very well. It's one of the things about the Mandalorian show, man. I've always compared it to a video game because it's very much structured like a video game. You got to tally up all your side quests before you can move on. He's a thorough list checker. He gets all of his objectives complete before he moves on. I gotta agree on the music dislikes. Hell yeah. Like, bring back Warren Christie as from Batwoman as Bruce Wayne. Bring in Selena Kyle, Emery's teenage daughters, Helena Wayne, and maybe adopt Barbara Gordon. That could be fun. That could be cool. Flash Season 9 is hard to feel for it. Yeah, I'm feeling it. Like, I'm still, like, laughing, chuckling, having a good time, but it just doesn't feel like an ending just yet. You know? How do people sleep at night after watching a horror movie? For me, usually pretty easily. When I was younger, there was a couple of horror movies that really fucked me up. That made it difficult to sleep. And it's not even that they were good horror movies, it's just the concepts explored within them really messed me up. And those two movies were The Grudge and Darkness Falls. Darkness Falls, because of the entity could just exist in the shadow and you couldn't see it. So like that made me really like paranoid of all the dark spots in my room. The thing about The Grudge that really set me off was the one scene where they were in the bed and then she just lifts up the sheets and there's the face. Like, you see your legs, nothing, right? And you're like, huh, what's that? And then there's a whole-on person when you lift it up. What the fuck? Yeah, that ruined me for a long time. I'm mostly okay these days. However, like, I can watch pretty much damn near anything, just be fine going to sleep. The problem for me is how long have I been steeped in something depressing or dark or bleak? Like, if I watch like a show that has a certain vibe or tone for a long time, it can start to bring my mood down. And I love like survival horror. So like when I was really like, I had this problem when Resident Evil 8 Village came out. Because I played like, dude, I played that game 8 hours a day. Damn near more at that point. Like I was in that atmosphere so long, I would have to do something different after it. Like from daylight to sunset. And it was just, it would eventually, I would have to do something to bring my mood back up. Like, it wasn't that I was scared. It wasn't that I was fraught. It was just, that sort of like environment can just bring me down into this melancholic, sometimes very depressive state. And that's when I don't feel comfortable going to bed. I need to like watch a comedy, watch something to kind of get me out of that headspace. Because if I try to sleep like that, it's not going to go over that well. That's what I have to worry about when I'm watch too much stuff like that these days. Tomato in here. I was loving CW's Flash so much for season 1. I thought it was great. Dude, season 1, I think is still some of the best superhero television we've got. I love season 1. Season 2 is also great. I like a lot of it. I think it's pretty solidly consistent for me up until after season 4. And from there, there's still some good stuff that happens, but it's like a battle of attrition, I would say, from season 5 onward for me. But I still watch it because I love the characters and I love DC and all that stuff, and like, but like it's like it can be a little bit of a love-hate relationship sometimes. Child's Play for me. I'm old. The Grudge did scare me, but I was in my 20s. Dude, Child's Plays. I love Child's Play. I don't think it ever really scared me. I watched that a lot when I was a kid. I think Chucky's underrated. I love the Chucky show, though, man. The Chucky show is wild. I love it. How old was I when The Grudge came out? I think I was still in high school. 2004. Yeah, I was a junior. I was a junior in high school when that came out. Yeah, that fucked me up, though. Oh, I was a sophomore. I was a sophomore in high school. Anyway, getting distracted. I'm happy you're feeling better. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank all of you guys for your support. I hate making posts like that, but like, I have to vent it to somebody, you know? I just have to put it out there, and, you know, hey, if people push back, I'd be like, oh, fuck you, and maybe it's me. Maybe it's me, and you guys are a good gauge of that sometimes, I feel like. So, if anything, you guys are so supportive that either way, it helps lift me out of that muck sometimes. So I really do appreciate that. And speaking of, I can't wait for Chucky Season 3 later this year. There's a rumor that some animated Marvel shows might get canceled. Which one most likely get canceled? Which one would I want to get canceled? And would I be okay with getting canceled? I would totally be okay with that Spider-Man show getting canceled, man. It seems so unnecessary. What was your major in college, if I may ask? Fine art. With a focus on drawing. If you want to see the guy play Abraham in something else, you need to look up the old show called Southland. He played a cop that was in the closet. Oh, interesting. I've heard good things about Southland, actually, but I've never watched that kind of genre before, so might have to give it a go sometime. Barry and Iris had better chemistry to me. They definitely did this time around, man. What's up, KG? I know I've already shouted you out and talked about you here, but I finally got caught up with your very first message, and I'm almost an hour behind now because I keep going on these tangents. I'm also unsure about this season of Flash. I did like that Iris was just like, you're not Ryan, and you're full of shit. She might get something to do this season. I love what they've been doing with Iris this season, man. I love what they've been doing with Iris this season, and it's just like, god damn it, why could we have not been doing any of this shit with her up until this point? It's obviously not my ideal casting for Joker, but it's the CW, so Bo Burnham is the Joker. That could be interesting. I would never have been like, Bo Burnham for Joker, but I'd watch it. It's welcome to the internet video, and I dare you say he doesn't give off Joker vibes. I don't know. I don't remember that video. I'll have to check it out. But I used to be a pretty big Bo Burnham fan when he was like really up, when he was really kicking off. Signs in the Village are actually my favorite M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong movies. Dude, The Village, I was one of those people, and I haven't watched it since. And I would probably appreciate it more now, but I watched it when I was in high school. I watched it when I was on a date. And that was a movie I wanted to walk out of. I was like, I wanted to walk out of that movie. Signs I really do enjoy. Even though when you start to think about it, the aliens are the worst aliens ever. They're weak to water. They're weak to wood. They don't know how doors work. And they came to this planet that is mostly wood and water. So, like, they're dumb as fuck. Like, at least the War of the Worlds aliens came here and didn't know the bacteria would kill them. Well, I guess that's a spoiler, but the movie's like 20, 30, 40 years old. So, whoopsie. But yeah. I do like Signs, though. That aside, I have to laugh at it now, though. The Visit is also a really good Shyamalan movie. I see what people were disappointed with Glass. It had a lot of good camera shots and angles, though. I need to watch it eventually, formulate my own opinion. What's the scariest Homelander scene in The Boys? I would say when he's on the podium and he envisions lasering everybody. And then he pans back and he didn't. I think that was fucking... Because I thought he did. I thought he snapped. But that's the thing. He can. At any moment, he can. Morning. I'm late. Just popped in to say good day. Or bidet, as some might say. Hope all is going well. Got a little work prep to do, so can't hang this time. Just saw your post about Dark. Screw those people, and see you next time. Take it easy, Terry and Joe. Are you a combined human? Are you one entity? Am I talking to Terry? Am I talking to Joe? Are you even here anymore? At this point, probably not. And this is why I get behind on these, because I do these little stupid tangents. Hope you're doing well and have fun. What's up, Mia? Just watched your reaction to Arrival today. Great movie. I loved it. It was really, really good. And heady, as I expected it to be. I really liked it a lot. Also, The Last of Us and The Mandalorian are on my list of shows that I watch reactions to by you and others. Hell yeah. Well, welcome. I can't wait. We got 2 weeks of double Pedro. For the next 2 weeks. Ghostface is like Jason. They have teleporting powers. Well, no. Actually, they only in 3. Because when it's 2 people as Ghostface, which every film has had 2, that's how you explain how they get around so supernaturally. You never know which one you're running into. So you don't have to be like, oh, they're teleporting. It's because there's actually 2 of them. While one's off somewhere else, the other one's prowling up on you from another side. That's what I love about it. What if season 2 will show young Peter Quill taken directly to Ego? Oh, that'll be fun. I can't wait for that. The sequels were full of missed opportunities. Yes, I quoted you on that one. Force Awakens had a good start and went downhill, unfortunately. Like the characters, but they failed them. You have failed me for the last time. 7 was okay, 8 was a mistake, and threw away everything 7 did. So 9 had to spend half its time getting the story back in the right part. 8 is a big problem. Yeah. We won't get into it. That's a whole can of worms. I just want to leave in the past at this point. I do like the theory that Roman did have someone working with him and there's a Ghostface out there who got away with it. That is an interesting theory, but maybe we'll capitalize that. You never know. Hey, you guys. I know this was a long time ago, and I don't know if Darren's still in here, but what's up, Darren? Batman vs. Moon Knight with 5 hours of prep time, both vigilantes. I think Batman will whoop the fuck out of Moon Knight. That being said, I don't dismiss or completely hate the sequels either. I did, like, when they came out, but I very much so laxed on them over much because I know I just have to live with it, man. And they just have to. We have to accept that they exist. So I just there's too much. I don't have any. I just don't feel like I need to give out this. Waste any energy being negative when I can just not talk about it. So I'm just not going to talk about it. If someone had if someone from the Bad Batch dies, who do you think we could lose? I don't know, man. We're getting a lot of screen time with Tech. But if they lose Tech, they're kind of screwed. I honestly don't think we will, but I would probably lean towards Tech if we had to lose somebody. Or hell, maybe Crosshair. Sacrifice in the end. Very disappointed we never got Luke, Han, Leia together for one more time in the sequel. That is the biggest crime of the entire thing. Is having them all signed on and never having them in together. That pisses me off the most. Because not only did they kill off Han after that so it couldn't happen, we lost Carrie Fisher the very next movie, so we just... Sucks. Just a bunch of unfortunate decisions and then just things that they couldn't control that happened around it. It was just definitely bad management all around. Do you think Guardians 3 and Deadpool 3 will be misses from Marvel? No. It's a James Gunn movie. No. I don't think Guardians 3 will be a miss, and I highly doubt that Deadpool with Wolverine on board is going to be a miss. Do you think Superman Legacy will be a miss for DC? No. I don't think James Gunn can miss. Here I am jinxing it, though. We'll see. Happy 1 year to the Batman, aka the best comic book movie. That is an opinion to have. It's a really good one. I wouldn't call it the best, but it's a really good one. Aquaman on the Western Front is a Netflix movie, so you can watch it when you want. It is? Oh, I didn't know that. It is a pop-up when I go looking around, but then again, I only go to Netflix for the shows I'm reacting to anymore. I haven't really looked all that hard. So that's helpful. Shit, I didn't know that. If I knew that, I would probably watched it a long time ago. Dreams are windows to the multiverse. Jen was dreaming about a Savage She-Hulk in the finale. Savage She-Hulk is out there in the multiverse. That is true. This is one thing that kind of raises, is every time you dream, you're looking into the multiverse. I don't think it's every time. I just think when you're dreaming that you might be able to do that. What's my rating for Arrival? I'd probably give it like a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 probably if I had to rate it. Like, it's really great. I just don't know if I can give anything that has time travel in it a 10 out of 10. Because there will always be a problem. So is Cocaine Bear out in your area? People seem to like the craziness. It is. I've just not I've one, not had time, and two, just haven't been feeling up to it lately. I haven't been able to get out and go check it out. I don't know. I just haven't been all that motivated with everything that's been going on. I've been trying to like give myself time when I'm not editing or anything like that, so I just haven't been out there to check it out yet. Agreed, everyone should make up their own mind. Watch Creed 1 and 2 for the first time. Amazing movies. If you haven't seen my reactions, go check them out to Creed 1 and 2 and all of the Rocky movies that I watched for the first time. Reviews are opinions about what they liked and disliked about the film. They usually tell you the direction the movie takes and what the movie is without spoiling it. Exactly. And you use that to help be like, hey, should I spend my money over here or not? I mean, that's the same with like product reviews. You know, it is what it is, man. Is Scream 6 the final movie? Doubtful. I heard it's got a I've heard that Scream 6 has a post-credit scene, which is a first. So I doubt it. I think they've already began writing Scream 7. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hope Mosey Shark Jones. Is it Mando season 3 is the main villain? I don't even know who the fuck that is. Oh, Mossy Shark Oh. Okay, shit. You mean the fucking Swamp Thing, little old Greg looking motherfucker at the end. I was trying to like, who's that actor? That's a weird name. God damn it. Whoops. Will there be singing this evening? Also, hi from me and my friends. Well, shout out to you and your friends. You never know. You never know if there will be singing or if there will not. Sometimes it just happens. It was a weird taste that time around. I wonder if Michael Keaton can move his head around in The Flash. I don't think so, based on some of the shots we've seen so far. I think he still has to do the whole owl full body turn, but you never know. We'll see. James Gunn's movies, I know he cares about his characters. He knows the comic stuff, so he'll probably do well. Wait and see. Do you think the Netflix will pick up the Snyderverse? Hell fucking no. Why do people want Netflix to pick it up anyway? I don't know. None of it makes any sense. It makes no sense to sell it. It makes zero sense for Netflix to buy it. It is a stupid movement, is all I'll say. People's perceptions of movies are interesting. I watched Tar recently. My buddies thought it was a masterpiece, and I'm trying to stay awake. It's all different, man. It's all different. Like, everybody's gonna have different feelings about it because you bring your own life experiences to the movie with you, and that's how you interpret and understand art. So what you value is going to be different from what somebody else values. What interests you is going to be different from what interests somebody else. Like, it's just, that's why you gotta latch on to people who, if you want to use somebody else as a gauge of if you're going to enjoy a movie, you gotta like really kind of find somebody you sync up with in a lot of ways. And even then, like, you're not always going to still sync up because everybody's just different. Everybody's wired a different way. All you can do is take a review and then roll with it as a percentage chance that you might enjoy a movie, you know? So like, it's at the end of the day, it's always going to be a roll of the dice, but the chances may or may not be higher. Could even the most powerful It's okay. We sync up sometimes. Chill. It's okay. It doesn't mean anything. I mean, just because you like different movies, I mean, hell, like look at them, like him and his friends. They like different movies. Everything's fine. That's all fine. It's not an indicator of anything. Could even the most powerful heroes and villains be affected by Thanos' snap? Yes. Gunn has an unenviable task of trying to ignore fans, so he isn't just going to do Snyderverse, and they aren't going to understand him enough to compose a vision that they can't connect to. I don't think I even read any of that right. An unenviable task of trying to ignore fans, so he isn't just trying to do the Snyderverse, but still having to understand them enough to compose a vision that they can connect to. Dyslexia and alcohol don't go together, but we made it. We made it through. Yeah, I'm right there with you, and I've said that myself before here on the channel too. I do not envy him at all for what he's got ahead of him. Stixie left like an hour ago, so take care, Stixie. I would have preferred Ant-Man to be trapped in the quantum realm. I can see that. I can see that. I don't know what I expected. I don't know what I would have preferred either, though. I honestly hope Ahsoka doesn't show up. She's becoming the main Star Wars character as it is. That is also true. We're getting a lot of Ahsoka. It's a little bit of an overwhelming amount of Ahsoka, but it is what it is. Bless you. Let's see. Lisa Robert Kelly. Rip. She was awesome as Lori. Yes. Yeah, she was in there as well. There's so many guest stars in the X-Files. X-Files had few popular actors in the show before they were famous, like Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf's in there. Lucy Liu. Burt Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds. I'm drinking bleach 100%. Yeah, and just the actual main cast themselves. I mean, look, like, I know Mitch Pileggi has been in a lot of other things, but he's in Walker here. He was in Supergirl, Supernatural. I think he was in Supernatural. I may be getting things mixed up, but you see him all over the place. Gillian Anderson is doing some real damn good work these days. David Duchovny's had a bit of a rocky, like, filmography, but like his book's doing great. He's become more of a writer. He's got a couple of albums that have come out now. He's doing more like writing and directing and music as of late. So there's a lot. Like, and then Vince Gilligan, David Nutter, who went on to actually direct a lot of the Game of Thrones, the big Game of Thrones episodes. David Nutter became a huge hitter in the industry. And maybe he had been even back then, but I knew him specifically from X-Files as well. Yeah, man, X-Files changed the industry for real, especially on the television level, and especially for genre television at that level, and especially for women. Like the whole idea and concept of Dana Scully evolved what a woman on television could be, what she could do, what the expectations were, especially with the casting of Gillian Anderson as she was then, was also a standard that the studio pushed against. The creator of the show had to be like, no, this is our Scully. They wanted somebody more conventionally attractive, and we're talking about fucking Gillian goddamn Anderson. Chef's kiss. Like, come on. Like, it did, however, set the precedents and invent the precedents for Monsters of the Week television. You saw a lot of shows around that time start to copy that format. Doctor Who, especially, was one of them. Buffy, Smallville, pretty much anything on the CW is heavily influenced by that, because the X-Files spent the first 5 seasons all in Vancouver, so they really brought a lot of business to that industry while they were up there. Anyway, yeah, the studio wanted Pamela Anderson. I forgot about that. God. And then there's a legitimate study about a huge influx in female interest in the, what's the word I'm looking for? Shit, what's it called? There's a word for it. Stern? Yeah, STEM. Thank you. Fuck. I was like, it starts with an S, but I kept wanting to say like SARS, and I was like, that's a disease. In STEM careers, which is sciences, medicals, like any medical practice, we saw a lot of influx of those gaps being bridged, and they called it the Scully effect, because a lot of people, when census like interviewed, they cited their inspiration being that character, because it turned them on that direction that maybe they could be in these types of positions where that wasn't a case, or they felt welcome before, because it was very much so male dominated. Yeah, the Scully effect. It's a real thing. At the time, it was a real thing, but like at this time, I think it's kind of getting like, it's not something we really talk about anymore, because it was a huge shift that happened just around this show, based on this character who is arguably one of the best written and best and strongest female characters I've ever watched. I've always been a Fox Mulder guy, but the older I get, the more like Scully is like one of my favorite fictional characters of all time. Like, she's fascinating. And also just their dynamic, their relationship is like their friendship, their trust, like the healthiness of their relationship, of their partnership is just so good. Like, they're a great duo. They are my favorite like television duo. Like, goddamn, man. Anyway, again, tangents. Fuck. If I can convert anybody to be an X-File with me, I'll do it. We got another super chat in here. Thank you, Scott. Will they ever retcon the sequel trilogy? Fuck no, they will not. If they do, I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I think it would be the most dumb, while a lot of people would want it, it would be the dumbest thing from a business standpoint for them to do. I mean, realistically, would it benefit them in the long run? No. But would it would be a huge... And you've asked this question before. You've super chatted me this same question before, and I will always give you the same answer. Is that they will not. Because one, that's them admitting to the world that they don't believe in it. That invalidates anybody that did like them. That basically says, oh, sorry, you guys that did like this, fuck you. We're going to bend the knee to the people that didn't. And it was so divided, and they still made a shit ton of money. There's no reason for them to backtrack out of it, and at this point, they've committed to it too much. Could they? Yes. Will they? No. Like, I would be... There's not a word for how shocked I would be if they actually did it. Anyway. Started watching the X-Files yesterday. Hell yes, I need updates. Anybody that starts the X-Files, join the Discord. I need to understand your progress. I need to be there with you. Because there are not enough reactors reacting to this, and I don't expect everybody to watch the show to react to it. But I want to be there in some way, even if it's in spirit. There's like 3 reaction channels that I think are reacting to X-Files. Grey Wolf TV and Shelly reacts. I think the channel is just Shelly. Fail Whale was and stopped. I think somewhere in the middle of season 1. Somebody had sent me I think it was Nerd Chronic sent me a podcast of these guys who are just slowly going through all the episodes again. Like, they're fans, but they're going through, like, it's called Mulder is a Maniac, is their segment on the X-Files, and it's kind of fun. Yeah, anyway, X-Files is my favorite show of all time, so, like, I'm going to talk about it any chance I get a chance to talk about it. But yeah, if you guys are not in the Discord, feel free to join the Discord, and we can talk about X-Files. Keep me up to date on your progress. I've always said, also, one more fun X-Files fact. the fandom that was generated by the show actually coined the term shipping. Love it or hate it, what it's turned into, it started with the X-Files. Not the concept of shipping, because that's always been a thing, but the term shipping was coined by the X-Files. Phiales. You know, because you love the show X-Files, Files, X-File. Yes, shippers came from X-Files. Oh, God. Oh, KG, you will probably appreciate this, though. I got this the other day. I've still not opened it. I can't wait to crack it open. I've always said that Zack Snyder could kill a saga of 9 anthology movies based on the Bible. Because imagine Zack directing David versus Goliath, Moses movie. You know, you're onto something there. Jules reacts? Yes, that's the other one. Jules has started it as well. I really liked Fail Whales, but he just kind of fell off of it, sadly. I need more people to watch it. And who knows? Maybe eventually I can con Greg into watching it. It's not gonna get the views, so I doubt I doubt it would be something that would be public. One day, I need to get more of the big channels watching it. But yeah, Geek, I think Zach could like make some damn epic Bible films. Battle of Jericho, Moses, Goliath. Hell yeah, like for sure. That would be a really interesting thing to do. X-Files will always be my #1 show, same. Even if I didn't love the revival seasons, the core 9 seasons, I love. Just rewatched Rocky 3, damn near perfect movie in my opinion. I really liked it. I just think, I really wanted more from Clubber. I really wanted more from his character. I'm a little sad that we never revisited him again or anything like that, but that's my only hang up, is I think Clubber was just a one-dimensional character at the end of the day. Most of the people they fight are, but I really do like Rocky 3 a lot. Mostly all of the stuff with Rocky and Apollo was great. Chris Rock is streaming live on Netflix tonight. I forget that they do that. Live stuff. Jack Black was also in an episode in X-Files. Yes, he was. It was DPO, Darren Patton Oswalt, who was played by Giovanni Ribisi in the very same episode. Connor Hawk is Diggle's adopted son, so why is he called John Jr. in Legend Season 1? Wasn't Connor one of the... wasn't there an John Jr. and Connor was the adopted one? Like, one was actually John's son, and then one was... I don't remember, now that you mention it. I don't know. I'm a little confused on that at this point. You raise a good question, though, but I don't remember it well enough to really chime in on it. Do I plan on doing a Puss in Boots Last Wish reaction? I think you will love it. I might have to cave into it at this point. Like, I've said this before, I feel weird having not seen the first one. And I know it's not connected. I know you don't have to, but I have a weird brain. But I might have to just kind of break down and give it a go. Yeah, Barry has been trying to get me to watch it with her. And she does not want to be on camera. But I've been trying. Terrible Effects era from Doctor Who is my favorite. I feel like that when it got clean, like the aesthetic got more cinematic, I think it lost a little bit of its charm. I called it out on that. I made a tweet about that not too long ago. I think somebody had brought up the grunge aesthetic of Doctor Who, and I was like, I like that. I like the cheaper feel of it, you know? Be a chat as I see. Have I watched Battlestar Galactica? That's what I... This is where I get fucked up again. Yes? I've watched the... I have to check. I'm getting them confused in my head again. Yes. I've seen part 1 and part 2 of the miniseries. I've not seen anything else. I've said this before. I get Battlescar and like whatchamacallit, Stargate like mixed up in my head. And I was like, was it Battlestar that I watched? It was. I watched the miniseries, but I'm not watching any of the episodes yet. I've got reactions to the miniseries on my Patreon, but I don't have an edit or anything like that for it. And I plan on getting around to the show eventually, but one of these days. Let's see. Got another super chat. Oh my god, I'm so behind. Will we see Han, Luke, and Leia team up with Ahsoka and everyone to fight Thrawn? They confirmed a big crossover series event for this. I doubt we'll see them, man. When they said crossover series, I'm pretty sure they were only talking about the characters from the shows. I would not maybe Luke of all, but I doubt it. I think Luke is still even a stretch, but we've seen him in the show at least. I would not expect Han, Luke, and Leia to be in this crossover at all. I think that is a way too big a ask. Let's see. The powers of the Wonder Twins. They touch hands. Zan turns into water. Jan turns into any animal she wants. Only one animal she can turn into. Yeah. Yeah, see, like, it's like they're not that powerful, but they have their uses. I'm getting ready to watch Scream 6 on the 8th. Super hyped about it. Although it's a double bill of 5 and 6, so it's something like 260 minutes. Oh my god, good luck. Well, what can I say? I did a full sitting of all of the Hunger Games movies in one day, and that was a tough sell. That was a tough set. My ass hurt so bad from sitting in that theater all day long. Coraline made my brain scared of stop motion until I watched the channel Forest Fire. Cool. It's Thais. Thank you. Thais. So the H is silent. Let's see. Have you ever thought about collaborating with the normies? I would love to. We've done some stuff before, like as like a huge thing. When we did like the big old trivia battle between all the different reaction channels. There was Chris and Runna. They were 2 members. They were their ambassadors for the normies when we were doing that. But as far as anything direct with them, I would love to, but it is what it is. It's not as easy as just be like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Can I come play? You were vicious during our multiplayer session, our Mario player session. Yes, I was. I was trying, man. I was out for blood this week, and then the internet was not in our favor. Real Omni Rejects make a pretty cool collab. Vince Gilligan for the win. Vince is great. Money. Yes, that was Drive is the episode that Vince wrote that had Bryan Cranston in it. Can we do a collab, please? You're so goofy today. I've seen Cinepals, I think they still call it, Get Jabby. Started to do reacting to Dairy Girls. Would love to see you react to that. What the fuck is that? See if you can decipher a Northern Irish accent. We'll see. I knew I'd love the episode when I saw Vince's name in the titles. See, the thing is, I didn't really know, like, Vince didn't get a name to me until Breaking Bad. And it wasn't until then that I went back and realized he wrote episodes of The X-Files for a lot of seasons, you know, once they moved to LA, right? Once they brought the production back in to the States. So I only know a few episodes that he wrote. I don't know all of his episodes. I need to actually go back and keep an eye out for that now. I always want to ask you about Breaking Bad. It's the perfect show, and I didn't remember you talking about it. I don't bring it up too often, but I do make my references here and there. It's definitely my, like I said, it's my top 3 shows of all time. Your Beast Tuesday. Finally caught up to Tomatoes chats. It's really interesting. On the May 24th series finale will air on June 12th or June 16th. Almost 3 weeks, almost a month later, is the movie. I don't know what this was about at this point. Ezra was already cast. Yeah, we talked about that. I already addressed that. I think that's what we were talking about here when I was like, it's a rumor, as far as I'm aware, of who they supposedly had cast. Love the collab for Knock at the Cabin over on the Rejects. I'm glad you guys liked it. I had fun doing it, man. I really did. MCU location, I go to the holiday special where I know the Sanctum Sanctorum. Or the Sanctum Sanctorum. Yeah. Mon Estefani was cast as Ezra according to the sites such as TV Line and Hollywood Reporter in September, because that wouldn't necessarily be official. Yeah, I think it was like reports say, our sources on the inside are saying such and such. But yeah, I don't know yet. I once it's like plastered somewhere, sure, I'll run with it. What Funko Pop do you want to be available that isn't yet? A Cloud Strife one, because I know that Square will not collab with anybody for that. And it's the only character from my top 12 favorite fictional characters that I do not have a Funko Pop of, because one does not exist. I'm gonna hunt the Scream directors that will kill Sydney. He's an IRL Ghostface. Dude, I will suit up and I will find them. Let's see. I addressed all of those for Tomato. Go check out Tomato. Mad Tomato plays. I think on Twitch, though, it's just Mad Tomato, though, right? I don't know if you're still here. But I'm pretty sure on Twitch it's just Mad Tomato. I could be wrong, but that might just be in the Discord. Maybe it is Mad Tomato Plays. I don't know. Fuck me. I don't remember. I will find out, though. Twitch.tv/MadTomato. I don't think that one is him. There you are. Mad Tomato Plays. Okay, so it's exactly as it appears here. Mando 3 was very video game-esque. Dude, I think season 1, 2, all of it. Like, if you watch my reactions, I'm constantly comparing it to a video game because it is so much a video game in so many aspects. Final Destination's messed with my head. Final Destination made me afraid to be behind those trucks toting logs for longer than I need to. I really think The Flash should have only gotten an 8 to 10 episode order for its final season. It worked for Arrow, and it felt like they would have gotten a more streamlined story. I agree with that. I can't watch a horror movie at night. And we're on that conversation now. Movies like The Strangers, Hush, horrors that are more realistic definitely stick with me for a while. Supernatural horror also unnerves me a bit, although not as much as it used to. Yeah, I feel you there. The Strangers and Hush, those were both good, but like home invasion stuff like that, that does really like freak me out sometimes. While I don't have like a firearm or anything like that, if somebody busts in, they will meet a katana. Did you see Sarah Michelle Gellar and Pedro Pascal shouting each other out? I rewatched Buffy a lot and never knew he was Eddie. Oh, what? I'll have to go back now. I never put two and two together that Pedro was in there. Buffy is one of those shows I'll rewatch sometimes, not occasionally. I do really love Buffy, but I haven't rewatched it in a couple of years. It's been a while. What's up, Sidekick? Chucky show is great. I was born in 2004. Oh gosh. Seasons 1, 2, and 3 are peak Flash. Agreed. Damn, I'm old. Graduated in 02. I mean, I graduated in 06. 4 years older than me is not old. Wow, here I am calling myself old. Ignore me. So I see you happy today. I mean, you're not allowed to be upset today anyway, on my B-Day. Fair enough. Stranger Things in your top shows. Do you have a tier list that I can see somewhere? I have a video that is old that was ranking my top 10 shows, but it has since changed, and I have not made an updated video. I just keep a Google Doc where I change things around for me. So currently, as it stands, I'll just let you guys know. Some things have fallen off. It's just, I hate it because there's things I love and I just don't like moving them off. But when I'm thinking about it, I just kind of have to. And it sucks. It hurts me to remove shows I love off of the list. So, number 1 is X-Files. Number 2 is Friends. 3 is Breaking Bad. 4 is Doctor Who. 5 is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, of all things. 6 is Avatar: The Last Airbender. 7 is Arrow. 8 is now The Legend of Vox Machina. 9 is Cobra Kai. And 10 is Stranger Things. Let's see. We're 4 episodes into a 13-part story, and so I have no idea if Red Death is going to be the villain for the whole season, given we know what villains are returning for the series finale. That's a good question. I don't know if we're going to stamp out Red Death now or they'll linger. I don't think I think Red Death might linger around for a little while, but I have no fucking clue. We will see, though. Then we got Bill Burr in Star Wars, and it totally works. That is true. Village is not a horror movie. It was marketed. And I think that's one of the things that really threw me off, because that's what I wanted to see when I went into it. And plus, I was young. I needed something that was going to keep my interest, and it definitely didn't at the time. Don't let the haters mess up your riz. Let's see. War of the Worlds is technically a lot older because of the book and radio show, so no one can complain about spoilers. Fair enough. When you eventually watch Glass, will you do a reaction vid? Possibly. I can hear Hey You Guys and not think of that shitty theater. Oh God. When I hear Hey You Guys, I think to our friend Kim, who, that's what you would hear when you needed to get the show choir to stop riling up and focus on what we're supposed to be doing. So she or somebody, usually Kim, would always yell, while everybody was like not focusing on the choreography or whatever, we were just fucking around and not doing anything we were supposed to be doing, you would hear a "Hey you guys" and get everybody to fucking focus up. It got to the point where we all hated hearing it. And of course, I never saw the Goonies, so I didn't get, I knew the reference, but I never attributed it to the movie. So like that's what I think of when I think it is my friend Kim. Though now, rightfully, with that stupid Regal thing that plays before every movie, God, it's so fucking annoying. But I'll either think of her or I'll think of that Regal thing before I actually think of the Goonies, though, which is what it is, man. For Scream 6, I'm concerned about Josh Zachar's screen time than who Ghostface is. There's a large cast this time, better for kills, but it makes me a bit concerned. Dude, I'm excited for Justigar, man. After Prometheus and after She-Hulk, man, I really want to see more of him and more stuff. What's up, Daniel? Hope Steven Yeun isn't playing Sentry, because Sentry is supposed to be unstoppable. If he plays him, then he'll just get a bat and piss him hard to stop him. Crashing coming in with the slaying comments. I highly doubt Deadpool 3 will be a miss. It's a multiverse road trip movie with Deadpool and Hugh Jackman and Wolverine. What's not to love? Yeah, I think I don't know. I don't know why anybody would bet against it, but you never know. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 will easily be a Phase 5 highlight. Huge fan of your channel. Find your thoughts regarding shows very insightful. Like the reaction to the Chernobyl series as well. Well, thank you, Anonymous Girl. Thank you for stopping in and sharing that. I really do appreciate that, and I'm glad you enjoy the channel. I'm glad you decided to stop in, hang out, have fun, chat. I'm like an hour, more like 40 minutes behind now. No, I'm 30. No, shit, I can't read. 36 minutes behind on the chat, so I'll get to it eventually. Just saw Everything Everywhere All at Once with Michelle Yeoh. It was really good. I am so getting that movie when I go to the mall. Can't find it in town, so I gotta go to the big city. I love that movie. I've got to second what Barry says here. Wonderful movie. Easily my favorite movie of last year. Hope it gets a sequel. I don't think it needs a sequel. And I don't want it to get a sequel, personally. I think that would kind of ruin the idea of the movie, though. Thoughts on Mortal Kombat 12 being revealed via WB Investor Club. All we know is releasing this year, but who's your hopes for Guy's characters? Picture John Wick, Homelander, Cocaine Bear, and Deadpool. Shit. I would love to see like Joel, or hell, even a clicker, or something like that from The Last of Us. Hell, because of the WB investment, maybe even somebody from Game of Thrones could be interesting. I don't know. But you'd have to expect somebody from within the WB blanket, I would imagine. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see. Do you have a favorite season of Doctor Who? Classics or renewals or both? I don't know. That's a tough one. Favorite season? I don't know if I've got a favorite season. That's hard. That's a tough one, because there's still like hits and misses in each season. I don't know. I don't like particular storylines in each, but I mean, if you had a gun to my head and I had to pick one, it would probably be the Matt Smith's final season, because I really liked a lot of those individual storylines in there, and then the build up to his regeneration was also just a lot of fun. Different strokes, different folks. Excited for Creed 3. I am super excited for Creed 3. Oh, that's what you're drinking. I don't remember what half of these comments were in regards to at this point. Well, I know that's because of what I was drinking, but like I don't remember the conversation half an hour ago, what I was saying. Who was the singer? Me? Somebody else? I don't know. That can't be me. I think Kang the Conqueror should have won in Quantumania. That way he set him up to be the new big bad from the MCU and not lose to Ants. Yeah. I can agree with that. But I think he's still around. I think he's trapped in that probability sphere or whatever whenever he shrunk into the device. So like where Scott was down there multiplying over and over again into multiple copies of himself. I think Kang is stuck in a very similar situation, and he'll probably just come out. But yeah, I do think he should have won, or something. The studio wanted, yeah. Pamela Anderson, yeah, we talked about this. Oh, this was all during my X-Files rant. Was there a spinoff of Baywatch that copied X-Files? Baywatch Nights or whatever. It was David Hasselhoff, Pamela Anderson going around their town investigating supernatural stuff. If there was, I never heard about it. Oh, that was the David Duchovny thing. Yes, we were talking about what David Duchovny was getting into these days. I really like his Hell or High Water song. I haven't heard any of the other tracks from his album, though. Nope. Octavia Spencer was in there, too. Yep, she was also in an episode. She was in the Millennium crossover episode. Yeah, she was one of the nurses. But I didn't watch that show, so I didn't get it. Was Scully and Mulder's first kiss, though, technically? Yes, it was a New Year's episode, because it was the Millennium, so yes, they smooched. Don't read into that. Also, one of my top 10 favorite episodes of all of X-Files has Jesse L. Martin in it. The Unnatural. He still wears the jersey from that episode to a lot of outings to this day. He sings, does a spiel. Great, lovely little episode with a nice little twist on it. Definitely recommend. Love that episode that he's in. That was the first time I saw him in anything, I think. Because it was either that episode of X-Files or Rent. I can't remember which one I saw first. No, Rent didn't come out until I was in high school. When I was in actual show choir, so it had to have been. I had to have seen Unnatural first then. That would only make sense. No retcon will happen. I started watching yesterday because of you. Well, thank you. I need people to get in the Discord and update me on any. I need to know who's watching X-Files and what episode you're on and how you're doing. If you got questions, I'll help you out. Really happy for the Blue Beetle movie. Me too. I cannot wait. That's probably one of my favorite movies that I'm excited for this year, especially from DC. I think a multiverse in Star Wars would do the same thing. Kind of invalidates anything, in my opinion. Agreed. Technically, there is already a multiverse in Star Wars with the Legends universe. The Legends universe is... the difference between having a multiverse and non-canon content is that it's accepted. The Legends stuff isn't continued. It isn't ongoing. It is no longer valid works towards Star Wars. It's not just this other timeline that exists. Hell, George Lucas himself said none of these are canon. Like, Star Wars has a singular timeline. Like, if you as a fan want to be like, I love these stories, that's fine. But like, if you're talking about what is and is not canon, these stories are not real somewhere else in the Star Wars multiverse. As far as Star Wars itself is concerned, there isn't one. Like, I don't know what else to tell you right now. There's a guy on YouTube named Justin B doing recap episodes currently. That's interesting. I've thought about doing like commentaries or a rewatch on the channel to try to spread the word a little bit more, but I don't know that. I know some people would, but I don't know if a lot of people would want to see me rewatching something I've seen a bajillion times. But you never know. I think it'd be cool if they made a Blue Beetle 2 where Jaime goes to space to study the Reach and runs into Guy Gardner and they fight because Guy's a jerk. That'd be cool. Kim Manners worked on Supernatural a lot in the early seasons. Dude, rest in peace, Kim Manners, man. That guy was phenomenal. There's one other girl too. I'll look her up. I don't remember what that one was about. I've seen the set photos. The final villain of the Flash. The final villain. Singular. I've seen all of the set photos that have come out about the Flash. So yes, probably. Oh, we were talking about reactors. Jules reacts. I just had to read a little bit ahead. X-Files is an acceptable pun. It is. I love it. It does look weird when you're typing it, though. But yeah, I love it. That is the name of the X-Files fandom. If you are a fan of X-Files, you are an X-File. The episode in which with the inbred family was so creepy. Yes, that was one of the few banned episodes. Actually, I think the only banned episode. It aired once, banned, never shown again, outside of the DVDs and all that. The Stephen King written episode, I think, had to have its name changed. I think, if I remember right. I think because of the translation or whatever. For on air, it was changed, but on the DVD is the original name of the episode. Because I think it was like, because it's Chenga, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know if this is real or true or whatever, because I don't speak the language. But I feel like it was like Spanish for bitch or something like that. I don't remember. It was some kind of swear or whatever, and the studio was like, no, not for TV, not in the 90s, we are not progressive. I don't know why I turned into that. You know, I'm both really excited and dreading tomorrow's episode of The Last of Us. Me fucking too. It's going to be a wild episode, is all I can say, because if we played the games, which I have, it's some fucked up shit. Assuming they adapted. Yeah, Home was originally banned from TV. Yup. Could you do a rewatch? That's what I was talking about. I was talking about potentially doing that one of these days. I'll try to catch up here. We're catching up. We're closing the gap a little bit. That would be a lot to react to, but I would certainly watch. That would be a lot. It's a lot of, 202 normal episodes for the first 9 seasons. Then we got, 18 episodes for the revival? No, 16 episodes, I think, for the revival in 2 movies. I might have those episode counts wrong. Anyway, I like The Last of Us show, but it should have been longer. It feels too rushed, and we never get to stay anywhere long enough. When we meet characters, we only get to be with them for like an episode. I agree with that. I wish it had like an extra episode or 2 to let things simmer a little bit. Because the revival, the first season was 6 episodes, and I think the second revival season was either 10 or 12. It was more, but it wasn't much more. I think it was 10. And technically the final, I think it's technically 201 episodes in the original 9, but the finale is 2 hours. So it's technically 2 episodes. So it is what it is. But yeah, I agree with you there. It does, some things definitely do feel a little rushed. I've been trying to get him to rewatch it with me. Oh, X-Files? Yeah. It's time, man. That's a huge commitment to rewatch. The Last Wish is still considered connected to the first one somehow. Really? I grew up with the X-Files in the 90s, saw select episodes back there. Did not have satellite antenna, watched the little channels, but had Channel 6 where I saw X-Files. Awesome. It's really funny how people who hate the Arrowverse always point to some vague data saying that it's why it's unsuccessful and Peacemaker great when indie sites say the opposite of you've got your parts. The internet says, I like Peacemaker, but for the love of God, I don't remember any of the characters at all. I remember all of them. Peacemaker really did blow up. But yeah, parallelities of data people saw around the world still prefer the Arrowverse over Peacemaker, which is still the way behind #1 DC show, Flash. I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, when you add up everything, you're right. Please do a Puss in Boots reaction. This is the best Pleasant Surprise movie I've seen in a while. So good. Do it for Pop-Tart. It's so little time. I do have so little time. Well, over 200 episodes plus 2 movies, and you can do a favorites reaction compilation or something. That's true. That is a possibility. I know the answer to the Diggle question. Dingle started with a baby girl, Sarah, because how they did in Flashpoint, and then his baby girl changed into baby boy. So Diggle, I don't know, Dingle ended up with 2 sons. That's what I thought too, right? Yeah. I know they changed, but I didn't remember the son's name. I remember the switch, but I couldn't remember the son's name. Yes, watch Puss in Boots for Poppy. The other issue with The Last of Us is the lack of action, clickers, and tension. I hate, this is another thing that was really annoying me. Like, calling out the lack of tension or action, like, immediately gets people hounding on you in the comments of The Last of Us. It was like, but the gameplay is not meant to be the action, the game, you're the player, now we're watching. Gameplay can't be action on TV because action movies aren't real and they don't have tension, so why would you have action in a show that has action with tension? Because characters are the important of the characters to be characters. For fuck's sake, like, goddamn, like, people are hair triggers sometimes, man. Like, the arguments I've heard make zero fucking sense. And it's so funny and frustrating at the same time. Hunger Games is so good, though. Yeah, sorry for going a little Bill Cosby there for a second. Take it easy, Adit. Thanks for stopping in, man. Yeah, I was looking forward to seeing the shootout at the end of episode 6. It's a pivotal moment for Ellie. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't have to be this bombastic, loud thing, but they just did this. Like, yes, they get out of some really intense, insane, unrealistic situations, but you can adapt that, but keep the feeling. And they didn't. It's just like, like, run a little tussle with some random guy and, like, stab. Yo! Jay is in the house. What's up, buddy? Tomato was in here earlier. You just wrapped up your stream, didn't you? How was Fall Guys today? I would have hopped in, but me and Barry were out eating, getting some food. We had an awesome time. Hell yeah, man. What are you doing now? What are you up to? Thanks for stopping in, man. Appreciate the love. We, me and Tomato, we were talking earlier while he was in here about how we need to have a rematch and have a proper Mario Party reset after last week. But yeah, like, there's a way you could have that same moment in the show and still keep it grounded. Like, people don't, like, I don't know. There's a lot of people putting words in your mouth or being overly defensive for no fucking reason. And I was like, oh, well, okay, we're done? We're done? Okay, we're moving on? Okay. And I felt like that, while not as much, the university scene, way more did I feel that than I did in episode 7. Episode 7, I'm just saying, I was like, it was just way more crazy and exciting. Like, I just feel like I'm, like, it feels like the show's just dragging its feet sometimes. And I love it to death. And even at its worst, it's still the best video game adaptation we've ever seen. And just because I have my critiques doesn't mean I don't like it either. But they are valid criticisms. Like, and people try to invalidate that by saying, try to make the gameplay comparison, the video game comparison. That doesn't translate. Like, action movies or thrillers don't exist. Like, I've heard zero valid arguments to, like, about why some things couldn't have been a little more pulse pounding, if you will. But again, like I said in my video, like, at worst, I still think the show's like a 9 out of 10. I'm really curious how they're going to wrap up the first game story with how many episodes they have left. I was thinking about that too. It feels, again, I forget who mentioned it. It's like, it feels like a little rushed, and some of it really does. But, like, I don't know, because I know there's people that haven't played the next section. Because there's just like 2 major sections left in the game. The final bit and then this stuff to get to the final bit. This next section, I feel like they can contain that just fine. The whole last bit, though, I don't know. I feel like we would need to simmer in it a little bit, but we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. I know the finale, I think, is only like 40 minutes. It's not very long. I think it's like 45 minutes. It's not a very long episode. But seeing how quickly they closed off these last couple of things, I think they can condense it just fine in the next 2 episodes. We'll just have to wait and see. I think if anything, they got to be backloading the action for these last 2 episodes at least. And I don't know if it's a budgetary thing or a story constraint thing, but I mean, I feel like I don't know. It is what it is. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I'm wondering what they'll change, what they'll keep, what they'll use to set up, because we already know season 2's got the green light. So some things that the game didn't get to allude to because it wasn't decided or written yet, how they're going to incorporate that, Jay. You'll know what I mean. We'll see. We'll see. I'm very curious, but I'm really excited for next week's episode. Or no, not next week's episode. Tomorrow's episode. I'm really excited for that. Because I'm very curious to see what the general reaction is going to be. One, I want to see like how they're going to adapt it, if they will dull this at all, like or what. And then there's a fun little casting choice that I'm excited for to see how many people pick up on. Cannot wait for that. But I imagine I have to wait until the final episode before I can talk about the one casting choice that I've been waiting to talk about all season long, because it hasn't happened yet. And I don't know why it would happen in the next episode. Where did I leave off? Because we went on another tangent. Has there been a trailer for the Hunger Games prequel coming out yet? Not that I'm aware of. Looking forward to tomorrow's episode of Last of Us. Seen the promo, and it looks like they aren't skipping one of my favorite parts of the game, of game's version of Winter. I bet it'll be one of the best episodes of the show. I hope so. I hope they do. I hope they nail it, because it would be, it's some weird episode. It's gonna be fun. Can we do a collab, please? One day. What's up, Kira? Taking a gaming break. How was your week? Pretty good, man. How about yourself? Ever watched the original Twilight Zone series? I've seen quite a few episodes, but I wouldn't say I've seen like a lot of it, but I've seen quite a bit of the original Twilight Zone. Hoping they put a trigger warning for the non-gamers. They probably should. Like, unless they dull it up and like nerf it a little bit, which I hope they don't. They really should put a warning up for the episode. What's up, Eric? Finished John Wick 3 yesterday. Hell yeah. What are you looking forward to in tomorrow's episode? A particular side character. Are they a side character? Yeah, they're a side character. A particular side character played by a particular actor who is showing up in a very interesting role, who had a very interesting role in the video game. I'm really excited for that. A Barry collab. Finished John Wick 3 yesterday and prepped for 4. These movies are so good, just top tier action. Exactly. Every time I post a message, it only works in the exact moment and doesn't make sense or isn't accurate when read out of context. Yeah, that's the problem. That's not just a you problem, though. It's a problem that happens with everybody because of how long it takes me to get to things to where I forget what even the context was half of the time. It's I need to be faster to stop having so many tangents. If you were any OG Avengers from the first movie, who would you be? I would be Iron Man. Because money solves a lot of my problems. What's up, Heather? I'm convinced after seeing Creed 3 that it's one of the best casted movies I've seen in a long time. I'm really looking forward to checking it out. I'm beating myself a little bit for wanting to react to it, but we will react to it. I miss your Stranger Things reactions. I miss Stranger Things. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. That was the I think that's one of my favorite watch throughs. I think that is, I don't know, man, it's a tough one. That Stranger Things. I think Stranger Things might be my best reaction series, to be real. But I don't know. It's tough. I'd say my top 3 if I had to rank my reaction series, like if we're talking about that stuff, it'd be probably, I'd have to say my best reactions would be like Stranger Things, The Haunting of Hill House. This is just me personally. Legend of Vox Machina, I think. Do a top 3. I don't feel like going through all of them. I watch a bunch of shit, dude. Squid Game. Squid Game. We'll do 4. Obviously, Squid Game. Don't worry, Chum. We get season 5. Soon, soon, soon. Gotta buy a rack or something for katanas. Yeah, so it's not just rubbing the fucking finish off on the wall like it was. Omni really wants you to know I'm gonna watch Stranger Things, so when I do, I don't have to wait 4 years like all of you. Yeah, now I just have to wait for the final season, that's it. Yeah, I definitely didn't have to wait nearly as long as everybody else for everything else, though. I went through it all. Gotta say, I enjoy all the Scream sequels, but I don't think any so far have been better group or cast than the first. Like Sid, Dewey, Gale, Randy, Tatum, Stu, Billy. Just great characters. I thought, I don't know, as a whole, I think I like 2's overall cast better. Tatum, well, okay, no, you're right. What am I trying to say? Fuck me. Yeah, no. I immediately discounted Billy and Stu when I started talking about that because of reasons. But, yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Fuck what I said. You're right. You are right on that. My sister actually just got a rifle and a handgun for our place. Now I have to go to safety plans. She's been wanting to take me too. Good on her, though. Yeah, I've been thinking about it, but, like, haven't got around to it. I was so lucky didn't have to wait. Stranger Things was the first thing I watched on this channel. Hell yeah. Let's see. Just join in. Are you listing off your favorite shows? I was when you came in. Exactly. Nice. MMPR was probably the first show I was ever obsessed with. Yes. Me too. Me too. Yeah, easily. That was probably the first show I ever was like, defined my life around for a long time. Keep stream going for 4 hours. I dare you. It's definitely not. That won't happen, but we'll see. You should make make that ranking into a video or a live stream with a bot. I mean, this live stream goes up, but yeah, I do plan on making the video and updating the one that already exists. I sleep with a crowbar. I don't know why. I read that as I sleep with a coworker under my bed. I sleep with a crowbar under my bed, so if anyone breaks in, they're Jason Todd. Dude, Ragu, man. What is your favorite Funko? My Vaxeldan pop that I have now, I would say. It's either that or my Revan one. Why I say Vaxeldan is because that one is way harder to get and way more expensive. So that's the only reason I say that. If so, I'm very interested in a list that might have changed in half a year when you're filming, when I finished Dark. We'll see. We will see. I had to knock some stuff off of my list because it has definitely changed. Kim still being the big sister. Always. It's just the role she's trapped in. Morbius is the best Funko Pop. Do they even make Morbius Pops? I think Hey You Guys is because of the Dimensions game. It's crossover from a ton of movies and stuff like that. Hey You Guys is older than that. It's actually from a show that used to air on PBS in the 60s, 70s called The Electric Company. Oh, I've heard of that, but I've never actually seen it. I did not know that. Do you think the Kenobi series or Book of Boba Fett should get a second season? Book of Boba Fett, I think, should get a second season. Kenobi, I would love to see more Ewan. I just don't know if it should, you know? But you never know. We'll see. I'm always down for it. I'll watch it no matter what. So Everything Everywhere All at Once works as one movie deal, and it was a nice ending. We don't need to milk the money out of the sequel. I agree. David Duchovny was the singer I was referring to. Yep. I'm gonna pop out. Have birthday dinner. Take care. Bye, chat. Happy birthday again, Sean. Have a good rest of your day. And the shipper went wild. The Unnatural was perfect. We'll all be together in that land. We'll all be together in that land. Ah, God, that song would get stuck in my head for hours, and who knows, maybe after just humming that along right there, it'll be trapped in there for a hot minute. Aliens, The Supernatural, Jesse L. Martin, and baseball. Let's do it. The masterpiece Street Fighter 1994 will have its 30th anniversary in 2024. We should talk about it and have a watch party, celebrate that awesome masterpiece movie we all liked. You are very excited for that. I do need to make an X-Files channel. I don't know why I don't have one, because I mean, I don't expect people to watch it. It's not like a topical conversation most of the time, unless I'm like goading people into watching it. But I need to make one. I mean, I haven't seen Street Fighter in a long time, man. Favorite top 5 episodes of all time. Are we talking about X-Files episodes, or what? Or are we talking about episodes of anything? Noah. Is there an X-Files channel in Discord? No, I would need to make one. Legends is canon to me. I'll take Luke being the greatest Jedi of all time over Jake Skywalker giving up and then dying because he's forced too hard. Oh! Oh man, I just forced all over you. Yeah. Oh my God. Shit. Legends is too all over the place though. I actually like Disney and kind of cherry picking parts of Legends to bring into canon. Like, yeah, I'm kind of more in streamlining it, because like even Legends is so contradictory and all over the place, because there's no supervisor. No one was supervising any of the stories. No one was really checking them all, because George didn't care. Like, he was like, sure, make stuff. Because he didn't consider any of it real. Like, it is what it is. Like, it's just like, I don't know. I agree, first time watching reactions are more interesting. Exactly. We're gonna find the post-credits, where can I post the scene of Pedro and the Buffy in the Discord? TV general should be fine. Rewatches can be fun too, because it's a whole new perspective. I think that's true. It sounds like a Jingada means fuck. It was just Chinga. Was the name of that episode. What's up, Emo Queen? I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself? I was an emo queen yesterday. I was being all mopey about everything. Much better today, though. Let's see. That was about the episode count that I gave. I remember these things because I'm actually catching up a little bit. Yeah, you really don't have time for anything outside of the channel. Most of the time, yeah. Sadly. Saw Creed 3, loved it, especially how the fight scenes were shot. Michael B. Jordan used a lot of long takes and shots. Loved right on par with the first Creed for me, especially the fights. I really can't wait to check it out. I'm back from food. What's good? Still going. I think a commentary and breakdown on each X-Files season would be awesome. In terms of rewatches, I do zone out a little when a reactor says, I've seen this already. Well, so what? See what I mean? What's up, Jess? Love your reactions. And I'm so glad you're watching Dark. It's the best. I appreciate that. I do love the support that has come from the people that are not dickheads when I'm watching Dark. It's like 3 episodes in, I'm just like, got so many people pushing up their glasses and like fucking snailing out their ass. Anyway, welcome. I don't know how long you've been around, but I think it's the first time seeing you in here. Thank you, Jess, for hanging out, and just be supportive. Help me with Dark if I need help. Everybody. Just like, it's a lot to take in. Peacemaker characters, Peacemaker Vigilante, Adebio, Hardcourt, John Economos, and Mern. Word salad. Said characters a lot. I did. And I finally got to when Jay showed up. Good old Jay Schmidt. I don't know if he's still here, though. But yeah, we finally got to that point. I'm on Piper Maru. I would so watch your rewatch. If I ever want X-Files info, my sister is my go-to. It's one of her favorite series. Hell yeah. That's a good little two-parter. You had an awesome time. Jay, we're vibing here. Fallen guys. Absolutely. Last of Us continues to break my heart, but I'm loving it. Exactly. Resident Evil deserves the Last of Us treatment. I agree. While it's more campy and way more genre, Resident Evil is so much fun, thrilling, and that can be the popcorn show, but it still needs to be treated with a level of seriousness that no one's done yet. Last of Us is almost too good. A little too rad. That's where I answered Jay out of turn because Jay is Jay. I need to address Jay when Jay comes into Jay. I think peeps just like to complain about something. Yeah, I mean, it's just like, there's some people that get way too defensive over any minor critique. I would trust Pedro with my child. Me too. Me too. I would trust him with my cat. Wouldn't you, Heather? Worst thing? Oh, it's not to me. Oh, you're talking about Pedro and the dropping off the kids with Pedro. Never played The Last of Us, and I've been able to avoid any spoilers so far. I don't even watch promos. I'm loving it though. Hell yes. Yeah, I try even in the reactions to be as vague as possible. There's a lot I just don't say, and I'll just save for the heavy spoilers reaction we do the next day. I chose The Last of Us on my terms since episode 3 reactors saying Bill wasn't gay in the games. Yeah, he just keeps gay mags for posterity. What reactor said that? Sorry, you don't have to name names, but that is just some straight bullshit, dude. That's someone that either didn't play or they just were not paying any attention. Now, they did change the whole Bill section for obvious reasons, but they didn't really change Bill. If anything, they really changed Frank at the end of the day. But yeah. They're going to do time limit for kids under age 18 in TikTok? Interesting. So much good TV out right now. The Last of Us, Mando. And that's it. I get what you say, man. Keeping gay mags is the most manly thing one can do. Exactly. Right? Look at those macho men. They can't be. Oh my god. Hill House was special, man. It really was. I love Mike Flanagan's show. I'm still sad that Midnight Club isn't getting a second season. How much would someone have to super chat or pay to get a reaction that might otherwise not happen? Like, I know you do patron voted ones for like movies and stuff, you know, but like, what if a single person wanted a reaction to something? Are we talking, I don't know if Good Vibes is still here. Are we talking a show? A show is a huge whole other project, or like a movie. Because really, when I think about it, it's like, one, I gotta factor in my time, and then for something that's already out and it's not like an ongoing thing where I don't have to watch it the night of and get it out the next day, like I can send that to Prepper and have them help edit it. So then I would just have to factor in their costs for something like that. Hell, I spend more than it's not wholly true. For the most part, I do spend, like, I put aside what I'd get for taxes to save that up for the end of the year, and pretty much everything else, like, cycles back into what I pay them for editing a lot of the time. And then I try to save what I can to help improve equipment, move, so I can actually have fucking good internet. Because that's going to be the only thing I can do. They came out again, found nothing really wrong, replaced the modem, replaced the line. It's still bad. So, all. Personally don't like The Last of Us Part 2. Oh, I gotta get rid of that. I love that StreamYard when the chat is deleted from the chat. It doesn't delete it in here. Let's see. I like tangents. It shows you're actually interested in the comments. I'm glad people like when I just kind of ramble on and whatnot. But yeah, if anybody has not played The Last of Us Part 2 and you saw that flicker up, either look away or do not go back to check it when you saw it. Yeah, because that's a big one. I didn't think about that. I didn't realize. You can't delete your mistakes. Anyway, I'm glad you guys like my tangents though, but it does. I'm like almost an hour. I'm 45 minutes past when I usually would cut off. Scream 6 is going to be great, I can tell. I hope it is. Let's see. People say money doesn't make you happy. I wholeheartedly disagree. I don't miss eating ramen and plain rice most meals for years. I'll take Iron Man for the money. Exactly. Dude, I'm going to be in debt for pretty much the majority of my life, if not the entirety of my life, because I chose to go to college. Especially since Michael was being vague with stuff. Oh, that's not to me. 4-hour stream. I sleep with a coworker under my bed. You don't? Pathetic. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Can't wait for the Funko Pops because I can't wait to get the Michael Keaton Batman Funko and the Michael Shannon Zod Funko. Those are gonna be cool. There's some of those pumps that I definitely would like to check out. I do sleep with a coworker, but they're not allowed on that. Only 6 messages behind now. Woo! I'm feeling I'm going to hoard Kang Funkos. Oh yeah? They take the couch. Would you rather live in a world with Godzilla or dinosaurs? Dinosaurs. Because Godzilla, there's no chance if he came around that you'd be okay. I think watching your current Dark Reaction episodes motivated me to make absolutely 100% spoiler-free lists, like characters' names, their images. Again, 100% spoiler-free. Would I be interested? Yes, because it is a pain in the ass. All I need is like, who is this person and what does their child look like? Their child version look like. That's the part that the official site makes a pain in the ass to figure out. I've already spoiled one thing for myself trying to do that. To just match faces. It's not a big one. I can't imagine it's a big spoiler, but I do have like a detail that comes down the line that I've already kind of spoiled for myself, but not towards the plot, or at least I can't imagine how it factors into the overall plot. To have those, once I made them, how would that be the best way to share? Discord, that would be the best place. We have a dark channel that you can put that in, if you don't mind. I would really appreciate that. That'd be really cool. I just forced all over you from all you have seen, dude. I can't tell you that. That is way too difficult. Yeah, I don't think I could feasibly do that. That would make... Yeah, that would sound like the... Okay. Fair enough. My partner and I work together and it's an awful office job and pays the bills. Working at 7-Eleven? No. Oh man, I hate that people are harassing you for it for some reason. It makes no sense. You're perfectly fine. No more than fine. Well, thank you. First time catching a stream, but I've been around for a while. I did send a link in a comment for spoiler-free chart to Dark from Reddit. To make watching the show easier. I'll have to take a look. I'll have to look out for that, Jess. Thank you. It's just like with links and stuff, just because things can get kind of shady on YouTube, I have those automatically flagged for a review. So if it just disappears and it's not something crazy, it'll get cleared. I just have to manually review it. My favorite part of the whining live streams is the random comment phrase that gets snowballed. We had Dr. Pepper, Riz, and so on, and now the coworker under my bed. All gold. Hell yeah. I would recommend playing The Last of Us if you feel like crying again. I definitely, for anybody that hasn't played the game, I highly recommend it. Even if you've seen the show, like it's so good. Bad Batch was awesome. Ready for more. Hell yeah. Proper businessman. What is this music? I just started hearing this. Yeah, no, let's get back. I don't like the sound of that. Let's just get back to the usual fanfare. Let's see. Personally, I follow reactors for the reactions, which includes the rants, the tangents, and otherwise I just watch the shows. Fair enough. I actually saw a heavy spoiler thumbnail about if we should forgive so-and-so character, and I was like, well, now I know to watch out for them, but I can't blame them. The game has been out for a while. Yeah, I had to unfollow him for a hot minute because there were some things I hadn't caught up on, and I was like, no, he was going to start posting stuff. Like, and one of the things was like the post-credit scene for Sonic the Hedgehog 2 got spoiled for me before I saw the movie later that day. So that was one of the things. But yeah, it was awesome. But I saw that video pop up in my feed today, or the other day, and I was like, oh no. People, if they're not watching, if they don't know, they're gonna be like, who the fuck? Yeah. People say money doesn't give you happiness are literally the ones who are rich and never knew a day of poverty in their lives. Exactly. Sadly, a few reactors have said they don't remember Bill being gay. Also, they have no idea about Ellie and Riley, as they didn't play the DLC. See, I didn't play the DLC when it came out, but I still knew about it. It was kind of obvious too in a lot of ways. But like, I don't know. People do what they need to do to keep things in their world the way they want them to be for whatever reason. I wasn't looking at the screen. I've been lucky avoiding spoilers. Hell yes, thank God. Sorry about that. And anybody that did, I think we're good. Live in a world of The Last of Us or The Forest? Is The Forest like the game The Forest? I've never played it, so I don't really know anything about it. But I would have to imagine The Forest would probably be a little more pleasant. What do I know, though? One of Michael Keaton, Batman, Ezra, Flash, Funko Pop, and a Blue Beetle Funko Pop. Hell yeah. This is exactly what I intend to make for Dark. Hell yes. I would 100% rather live in a world with Godzilla rather than dinos. Are you crazy? Godzilla ain't that big, and remember, he's a Japanese creation. That's debatable, depending on which chronology we're using. One of those people are tiny. One of those people are tiny, and two were not afraid to nuke Japan. I don't understand what you mean on this last bit. If Godzilla shows up to the town, you're fucked. A dinosaur rolls up in your house, you could in the United States at least, you could just light that fucker up. Like, I don't know. Like, and are we talking like dinos are just all over the world and there's just one Godzilla? Or are we talking like a Jurassic World situation? I just started blasting. That's the problem I have with the Jurassic World movies. Is like, it makes sense in the first film. Like, they didn't have weapons. They weren't prepared. Lost World, mildly forgivable in a lot of the situations, give or take. But if we're talking like dinosaurs running amok, your average Ohioan town could wipe these things out in like 10 seconds. Like, I don't know if I would be that afraid of a dinosaur. If Godzilla comes walking up, there's nothing you can do. Absolutely nothing. And yeah, I don't know. No! Tell us the dark spoiler you saw. It involves a relationship changing that we've talked about already at this point. That I'm kind of not surprised may or may not happen, I guess. It involves Ulrich, if that makes any sense. Yeah, Ulrich, I'm stressing a bit, wondering what you might have seen. It might absolutely be nothing, but you know. Speaking of pops, where do you guys buy yours? Because the website I use don't sell them anymore. Didn't actually have much, and always end up missing the ones I have. I usually go to Amazon, or I'll just go to like GameStop or Books A Million if I'm looking like locally. Otherwise, I use like Amazon, and if I have to, eBay. What's up, D. Cole? Omn1 Rizzy. Oh man, we are almost live with the current comments. About 20, I think. We're catching up. But it just showed up. What's with the coworker? I misread a comment by Ragu talking about he sleeps with a crowbar under his bed. We were talking about home security and home defense and stuff like that. And I misread it as I misread it as he sleeps with a coworker under his bed. I was grooving to that song, not gonna lie. My bad. That random stream music made me think of the Seinfeld music. Really. Let's see. Post-credit scene from Sonic 2 got spoiled for me in a thumbnail the day it came out from my recommended vids. I was furious. That's what happened with me, and it was heavy spoilers. Just put it right in the damn thumbnail. I was like, God damn it. Well, I guess that they show up at the end. Dude, Shin Godzilla could easily wipe us out. Dude, what about Godzilla Earth? That thing is like a walking continent. That's the biggest iteration of the Godzilla creature. That one, from the anime, that one is like humanity had to leave because of it. Like leave the planet. I still haven't seen Shin Godzilla though. That's the only one I haven't seen though. I think I'm the only one that's just started watching Game of Thrones on season 3 at the moment. Hell yeah. I'd be very curious to see if you end up as disappointed as everybody else by the end. Start blasting. Godzilla shows up to Japan. They're fucked. If he shows up to the US, we gotta step on that little lizard. You just gotta. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? The fuck? Have you seen Beware the Batman? No one talks about it. I've never watched it. The art style, I was like, nah. I didn't like the art direction of it, so I just never watched it. And yes, I did actually buy a pop from a Speedway the other day. I was just in there to get some drinks for our D&D night, just to get me some like an energy drink or something. And I just turned to my left and they had a bunch of random assortment of pops, and I just saw, I saw a couple. I was like, huh, I guess I'll grab one. It was a Daemon Targaryen. I was like, sure, why not? I always thought it was illogical, but I still see people whine about reactors talking. Yeah, I know. I don't know what the fuck they want. I don't either, man. It doesn't make sense to me. Godzilla would kill us all in one swipe. Wasn't the first Godzilla tiny as fuck? I mean, he's still like skyscraper sized. The first Godzilla was what? 50 stories, which is roughly what? So 14 per story, 700 feet tall was the first Godzilla. And that's the smallest one, because yeah, I don't know. You gotta think though, he's radioactive. He'll break every building, and he shoots lasers out of his mouth. People for some reason expect reaction channels to just be fully uploaded episodes. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I get a lot of people just like, why are you just watching the episode? If you're talking, you're not watching the episode. And I was like, what the fuck? How do your brain not work? Like, and it's just like, what do you, like, we can't just like, for an hour and just let it play. That's fucking one. That's not commentary. One, it's not a reaction, and it's one, two, it's three. It's illegal. So whatever. Can we survive dinos in a world because all we know is Owen Grady? Yeah, exactly. As Jurassic World has taught us, all you have to do to stop a dinosaur is put up your hand. Okay, I appreciate what you're being extremely vague, but knowing everything from the show, the description didn't tell me anything. Hold up. That was a minute ago. When did that come up? So I read that a character remarries. I mean, who knows? Maybe I misread something and it's not, I didn't actually get spoiled. Or the Batman has some made up villains in the show instead of using actual Batman villains. Interesting. Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious. Only you on me. Hell yeah, my brain, man. Do you think that Fast X will be the movie or will there be more? No, there's one more after this. We already know there's another movie coming. Fast X is just part one of their final outing. Coworker works remotely then. I do. I actually found Eternals and Squid Game Funko Pops at a dollar store. Interesting. He's catching up to chat. We should spam. Have you tried to watch The Last Kingdom? I've never... That's on Netflix, isn't it? I've never watched it. Godzilla would probably feel at home in Florida. Oh, God. Okay, but I live in a tiny country. We only get the most popular ones. eBay? Your shipping cost, though, would be painful. To people in Japan, he's a massive killing destructive lizard. Tiny lizard, we get stuck on. Again, Japanese people are tiny. Oh my god. Okay, that's what you were saying. It's all about perspective. What the fuck? Coyote. Oh my lord. Shin Godzilla has the potential to be the strongest, trust me. Yeah, doesn't it just keep evolving? I know it like transforms. Like it's got a larval stage, a mid stage, and then the final stage that we see in the movie with the fucking mouth on the tail. Yeah, I don't know. I still need to watch that one. The Last Game was so good. Gotta watch Vikings now. Are they connected or no? Vikings and The Last Kingdom. I've heard Vikings is really good. I thought Beware the Batman wasn't bad. It was like the 2022 movie where he gets, where he really hates being Bruce Wayne, Nuts, Alfred Younger, and The Outsiders are in it too. It sounds a little too much. A little too much not Batman. Since people get canceled so easily these days, there is no coworker under my bed. I'll double check. I don't have to worry about that, man. Been there, love it. Weird, I could swear somebody made a size chart and the first one was tiny, like 50 feet tall or something. That doesn't sound right. I mean, by comparison, yes, it is tiny by comparison to all of the Godzillas that follow, the original ones. But it's still not, he's still pretty fucking big. 50 feet does not sound right to me, though. There's two sites that I use to get Funko Pops. They don't sell them anymore for some reason. Are you excited to get a Bad Boys 4? Yes. Bad Boys 3 was really good. I am still kind of upset that they used Bad Boys 4 Life for the third movie. Come on. Come on. Let's see. Oh, okay. That's an okay spoiler. Okay. So it's not a big deal. I mean, I feel like just based on what I've seen, that was probably likely to happen possibly when shit finally comes out. Okay, so I think you might have read. Trust me, even if you think you know that, it's confuse you even more as it doesn't serve something. I feel like that might be alluding to something. I already know a lot of what happens in Game of Thrones, including the end, but still enjoying it. Hell yeah. I believe you can just safely ignore what you think you might have learned because it doesn't help or hurt in any way going forward. See, that's why I thought it was a very inconsequential thing to read, thankfully. Like, when I read it, I was like, oh, that makes sense. Like, it's not like a big thing. Yeah. Oh, Am I caught up? I'm almost caught up. It wasn't the final form of Shin. Stage that they stopped him at. See, that's what I was saying. The thought is terrifying to me. It just keeps on going. I guess you're right. But then again, the Godzilla Earth also keeps growing, I think, if I remember right. Because I know by the time they came back, he was way bigger than he was meant to be. I didn't like that series all that much, though. I didn't like the animation. It was a little dumb. The Outsiders show up at the end of the season. I really recommend not Googling anything about the show. You can... Yeah, but I have to... Like, I don't know what else I can do when I need to know a face. Like, that's all I wanted. I just needed to see, what does this person look like? I didn't want to read anything. I just wanted to know, who's the kid playing X person? That's all I was trying to do. Okay, I was curious, so I looked it up. Godzilla is 50 meters, 164 feet. So I even lowballed it. So not 50 feet, but 50 meters. Still tiny compared to now. See? 1954 Godzilla, classic. Outsiders team was Batman, Oracle, Katana, Metamorpho, and Man-Bat. Viking is great. Granted, I haven't watched past the season 5 premiere, but it was great, and really should finish it. I'm still sick in bed, so I can't work on what I'm planning on yet. But when I get it done as soon as I can, if possible. I appreciate that. Nope, no rush at all. For right now, I'm just I'm gonna pull up the official one just so I have the faces and the names on in league with me as I was going. Let's see. Yeah, it's gotten to the point where StreamYard's not actually up to date with the chat yet. Here we go. Yeah, I totally get it. I didn't watch Godzilla Earth. This is my first time hearing about it. The concept is interesting, I guess. It's like a 3-part animated series. Not even series, like they're singular episodes, but they're like hour-some long on Netflix. You can check them out. The animation is kind of weird. Especially with how the show goes, even looking up a picture of someone you aren't supposed to have seen yet might spoil something. But I did see them, so that's what I was going. Like, I just wanted to know, I just wanted to see a character I already knew, and if their baby appeared, like if they were there, and I know who they're there, and who they were. Like, I don't know, how am I supposed to know? God. Don't Google it, ask us on Twitter or something. That's so much more complicated. But I guess that's fair. You're still alive, was driving, did sing. You're still alive, was driving, did sing. Great wording. I did sing though. What did I sing? Oh yeah, I did a little ditty from X-Files. Scout fact that I'm 100 meters from location and approaching rapidly. Start running. Step, step, step. Would you like to see Jerry Seinfeld in a Marvel? Nah, I'm good. It's all good, I understand. We know Dark fans have rewatched it a lot, or just Googled the meanings to make you feel bad, because some people like to do that. You're great, Omni. Have a great weekend. I know nobody cares, but 911 comes back on Monday. I'm so freaking excited. Didn't see, therefore did not happen. Well, boo on you. All right, guys, I'm going to blast through these last couple ones. We'll wrap up, and I think we'll call it a night. We're already an hour and 8 minutes past our usual stop time. Game break over. Time for whiskey and more game. Have a great night. Take care, EA. Let's see. Same for example, Google your face. Just saw a really old version of you. Wouldn't know existed. 33 stuff, etc. Well, what I put was character's name. 1986 Dark. And then somehow I still managed to fuck that up, I guess. I guess we're fun. Happy birthday, Sean, again. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. I will do my best to bury all of the negativity when I record episode 4 of Dark Monday. And we'll see how it goes. But, guys, thank you all. And I'll see you all in the next one. Later.